hopefully live. This is my first time streaming on this computer, so we will see how it goes.
Cool.
Welcome to the Buffett Cup team. We've got Kevin here, Kevin Rosenberg. Thanks for being here. We're going to be doing some commentary on at least these two matches. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it much further, but this is going to be the USA versus Europe in the Buffett Cup. And I'm going to be doing some more research on how the format is, and Kevin is more well equipped to comment on the play than I am. So I'll be here making funny faces while he does some amazing bridge commentary. Uh,
Yeah, cool. So at this table, we've got Kaplan, Kolesnik against Klukowski's Muda, all very accomplished players. Uh, Justina Zmuda's opened a diamond. I don't know if they play a Polish club style, but it's probably natural-ish. And Finn has overcalled a no trump with 18 points. I think it's interesting, like what hands should overcall a no trump with 18 points and what hands should double and bid a no trump. I myself at least somewhat often like to double a minor when I have a balanced 18-point hand, since I get to rebid a no trump at the 1 level. So I don't love overcalling with a good 18. I think this hand is fine to overcall a no trump. And Kaplan's raised to 3 no trump with a 6-card suit and 8 points, which probably makes sense opposite an opening 1 no trump and definitely makes sense opposite an overcall. So yeah, we might find out a bit about the length of 1 diamond here. If it like normally shows 5, Klukowski would probably be inclined to lead a diamond, I would think. If it's sort of a better minor 1 diamond. But I think they open a, I would have thought they opened a club with a lot of their balanced hands, if they're playing Polish club at least. By the way, we should probably mention at the other table who we have.
yes, at the other table, um, we have Pacell and Molson for USA and Donati and Percario, who are on the European team.
Yeah, so this is the mixed and junior pairs facing off this match, but they're playing their not their counterparts. Like the juniors are playing the mixed at each table, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 10 of diamonds lead actually turns out to be pretty helpful to declare here because of their excellent diamond spots. They have 1 more trick with the 9 and 8 and 2 more stoppers. Like the defense really can't build diamond tricks. So Finn has started by working on his long club suit. He is very short of entries to the west hand, but he has set up a finesse position by running the 9 of clubs. So he's got 3 spade tricks, 2 diamond tricks if he knocks out the king at some point. He can get 2 club tricks, and he can even get 3 heart tricks with a finesse. So the contract seems like it should make pretty comfortably double dummy, and single dummy Finn will be like thinking about what happens if I take another club finesse and it fails, like the king and queen are offside. Then he would probably have to also lose a trick to the king of hearts to build a path to the dummy to access all the club winners. But that probably should be fine for him, even if that all happened, because he would only lose a diamond trick, a heart trick, and 2 club tricks. So yeah, I think he can pretty comfortably make here.
Yeah. So the format of the Buffett Cup is a little bit interesting. Um, it's a 5-day tournament that's currently happening in, I'm not sure how to pronounce the city in China. Uh, Qingdao, is my best guess. They so basically there's a USA team, there's a European team, and there's a Chinese team, and they are all composed of different types of pairs. There's a women's pair, there's a open pair, there's a mixed pair, and there is a junior pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so each team has four different pairs on them. And in this first 3 days, we are on the final day. We are doing a BAM round robin thing where these pairs are going to be facing off against the other team's pairs in different orders. I think they've probably done a full rotation. That's probably
Yeah,
how they
I
got it
think what they
formatted.
do is each day they have a different teammate, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So on the first day, like today, Finn and Adam will play with Janice and Mike the whole day as teammates, but their opponents will keep changing.
Yeah.
And I forgot, of course, because it's BAM, that the fact that Finn's going to make it is not that relevant by itself, because
Right.
how much he makes is very relevant.
Very, very important. BAM seems like it would be extremely, extremely intense. I think my brain would explode because of indecision. Um, but yeah, we've got a 3-no trump by East at the other table making right now.
Making +1, yeah, which is
Yeah.
kind of the normal amount of tricks, I would say, to make 10 tricks. Like we kind of counted that Finn could achieve 3 heart tricks, 3 spade tricks, 2 club tricks, and 2 diamond tricks. So he set up his diamond trick here, and Justina's made a good play to not take her king, because that would establish both the 9 and the 8 for Finn. But now, I mean, he can do... There's some very interesting possibilities now on this hand. For instance, if Finn had decided to take the club finesse by playing to the 8, and then took a heart finesse and cashed the ace of hearts, he could try to throw Klukowski in with the jack of spades. This is actually even better, because what I was going to say was, so if at this point it goes club to the 8 and then Finn cashes 2 hearts ending in his hand, now he can end play Klukowski with the jack of spades to lead into dummies ace jack of clubs on the last 2 tricks. And what I was going to say is, if Finn hadn't already cashed his ace king queen of spades, Klukowski could actually counter that plan by dumping the jack of spades later, so as not to be thrown in with it, like under the ace king queen. I don't know if I always wish there was analysis boards for... But I don't know if there's a way. I can't even see the video that the user can see right now, the viewer can see.
I can share screen for you so that you can see what they can see. But I can't really do much in terms of...
That's fine. I know at the point on the screen, we can at least maybe see that. Yeah. So what Finn has to do here is win the 8 or 6 of clubs, basically playing Justina for a singleton king, and then take 2 heart tricks, ending in the east hand, and then play the 7 of spades, to which South will be forced to win, and end played. It's also an interesting point that if Finn does play the 8 of clubs, winning this trick, he has to be careful to not fall into the trap of not thinking it matters how he takes the heart finesse. Because if he plays the 4 of hearts, Justina can make a really nice play of putting up the king of hearts, which will prevent Finn from cashing 2 hearts ending in the east hand, which is what he needs to do to then end play South with the jack of spades, because that would force him to win the 3rd heart in the west hand, and then South will get 2 of the last 3 tricks. And I guess this sort of interesting thing is whether Finn played the ace or the 8, so he got it right, but actually whatever one he played, South was still going to be end played. So now it should be the queen of hearts to make sure he can catch, because I think he probably, he played a low heart. Okay, so according to the view graph anyway, which can always be wrong. But it does, if he played a low heart, it did give Justina a chance to insert the king and foil this end play, which he's definitely
right. I see.
now. Yeah, because then he couldn't have ended in the east hand. That's why it was important to play the queen of hearts, and then that he can always guarantee ending in the east hand.
All
So that
right.
was a very, very complicated hand. Very good hand for card play to start out on.
And
But
all of
well,
that for .5 BAM points. Oh,
well
wait,
for one.
no.
No, they
For
won.
one. They won. Oh, yeah, he got another,
Yeah,
I
so
see.
10 was kind of the normal amount, and he did very well in this hand because he guessed the clubs and he executed an end play, so that was worth an extra trick.
Beautiful. For a whole point. We love those.
So I think they'll open 2 clubs here if they play, yeah, showing a long club suit and probably some kind of limited opener, like with a really strong hand, they would open a Polish club, I think. Kaplan, I would. He's got like a kind of toss-up hand. Oh, wait,
Oh,
maybe he didn't open 2 clubs, or is it just getting alerted? Maybe. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Okay.
getting alerted.
So yeah, I think Kaplan at the favorable vulnerability was enticed to bid to come in, even with not such a strong hand. I would like to have shortness in my opponent's suit when I do this, and he does have 3 cards in their suit, but he decided to anyway. And Finn made a bid sort of based on the shape of his hand, having a singleton in the opponent's suit, and 4 trumps, and also being favorable. So I think North, I don't know if North is already what they showed with their doubles, probably just like a negative double takeout type of thing, but I don't know what their system is. Because with the North hand, I was going to say, yeah, I feel like their bidding here is like with the North hand, I wouldn't want to defend 4 hearts doubled, really, at this vulnerability. Because I just feel like when my part, especially if 2 clubs shows 6, but I'm not sure how they play, I would just be really thinking we have a game a lot of the time if my partner has an opening hand with 6 clubs.
Hmm.
And I don't really love our chances of getting 800 against 4 hearts doubled, which is what we need to counter the game that they probably are going to make at the other table. So the only other thing I was thinking is North might want to keep 4 spades in the picture if their partner could have 4 spades still. So I'm wondering if it was a possibility for North to bid 4 spades because they didn't bid spades the first time. Like they doubled. So I feel like they normally, if they had a good hand with 5 spades, they would have already maybe bid spades. But again, I don't know their system.
Mm-hmm. So they're just going to be able to run all these spades and then take their 2 aces, and that's pretty much all they're going to get for
Yeah, they're
the
going to come
game.
up like well short here, right?
Yeah.
To demonstrate the point, right? They're coming up 2 tricks short on defense of what they really needed to make it profitable to double 4 hearts. And in fact, technically they came up even further short because they actually turns out they make slam, but the slam is not such a good slam. Actually, maybe a diamond lead might defeat slam double dummy
Mm.
to, from West. But in practice, slam would probably make with the spades breaking if they lead it a high heart anyway. You could just rough a heart and then use the spades to throw the diamond. Okay, so yeah, I like what South has done here on the ace of spades, playing a really clear signal with the 10. They play upside down carding. And I think it's important to know like when the 10 can and can't be a valuable card. And here, right, South knows their partner has the king. If the Claire has the queen and jack, the 10 isn't doing anything. If their partner has the jack, the 10 also isn't really doing anything. So it's good to make a clear signal to your partner. Here it didn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect North's diamond play is maybe just in case their partner has short diamonds of some kind, like a singleton maybe, or a void even. Maybe they're hoping their partner has like singleton ace of diamonds so that now their partner could put them back on. Well, if the Claire had guessed diamonds right anyway, now their partner could still put them back on lead with high spades to give a diamond rough.
Yeah. Keeping all possibilities open. And it's not particularly risky either because I mean, I guess North knows that they have the majority of the controls anyway. So how are you going to be pitching club losers or diamond losers?
Yeah, I think North can figure that their partner has, maybe the ace king of clubs and one other big red card. So even if Declare had like singleton ace of diamonds, I think they reasoned that they wouldn't have a fast way to the dummy to cash the king of diamonds throwing a spade. They would have no quick entry at this point. So that would sort of be my reasoning if I played a diamond. It seems kind of sound logic to me.
Yeah, if only I could, like, if you wanted to illustrate points at some point, it would be really cool if, like, there was a feature where I could get the hand editor out of here of a present hand being played, but it doesn't seem like that's an option.
I mean, we can, if you know how to like pull up, oh, you can't pull up the tiny URL thing,
No, not from a live hand that I can see.
but you can pull it up after the hand's over, right?
Yeah, we can pull it up after a hand's over.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we have something really interesting again from like, I don't want to go back to board one anymore, but
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of the possibilities of what we can display.
yeah, so Alex Klasnick, who's East's father in the BBO commentary, is pointing out that South Michael Kukowski is the youngest Bermudable winner in history, and East Finn and Adam just won the Bermudable, and Finn is the second youngest Bermudable winner in history.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge.
So prodigious table of short sorts, even though Kukowski's win was at this point maybe about a decade ago.
Oh my gosh. And that's one more BAM point to Team USA, which we are
Yes.
in need of, so good stuff.
Yes, I think US had a, if the event is its own event, like these 3 days of BAM play, because I know there's an individual 2 days after that, but if it's its own event, it was going to be almost impossible for the US to catch Europe based on how the scoring works today with only 1 day left.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very possible to catch China. They were a lot closer to second place.
Yeah, when I was looking at it for the brief moment during the early moments of the stream, it looked like the way it was being advertised that this was its own separate event and the individual is its own separate event as well.
Right. So here at the other table, they East-West have bid and made 3 hearts, which looks like a very good result for East-West to me because, well, because you can't make 3 hearts, at least not on best defense. You can't make 3 hearts. Like the defense could lead to ace of spades and shift to ace of clubs and a club to set up a club trick with the queen, or a club to the ace and a club, I mean. And then the defense just can take 2 spade tricks, 2 club tricks, and a diamond trick.
Right. And what probably happened at the other table is a spade trick got set up in the West and they were able to pitch away this club loser or diamond loser.
Yeah, well,
Whichever
we
one
can
they failed to take.
check. Yeah, the defense did shift to clubs, but they'd cash the second spade first. So yeah, in this room, East showed 1 major, and I like North's aggressive competition with the takeout double of hearts. I noticed that North actually didn't even know for sure that hearts was East suit at the point they doubled, because 2 hearts was a pass or correct bid. But it's very commonly played that if it might be East suit, you kind of just assume it is East suit for that bid.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not East suit, you'll always get another chance to bid when 2 spades comes back around to you. So if you want to double spades for takeout, you would pass 2 hearts and then double 2 spades later. If you want to double hearts for takeout, you just assume it's East suit and double it now.
Okay. Great tip.
And then, yeah, South bid 2 no minors probably over the takeout double. And West with a 9-card fit in hearts followed the law of total tricks.
We love that law of total tricks.
And yeah, I mean, to my eye, it's not, a super easy defense. I think South can, for the second straight hand, play the 10 of spades from 10-3 at trick 1.
Ooh.
As an informative card to their partner. And okay, so
Over
actually they've let a trump,
lead.
which it's probably even, well, it can't be much worse for the defense because Declare needs to set up, or I mean, it's good for the defense is what I'm saying, because Declare needs to set up spades to make this hand. So the spade lead was only kind of helping that purpose.
Yeah.
And additionally, declare needs to guess the 10 of spades now also, kind of. Like they would not do well to ever take a finesse for North's 10 of spades or something.
Right. Unfortunately, I guess fortunately for the declare, there's only one way that you can. Oh no, there's plenty of ways you could go wrong here. Well, just one way. You can just finesse into the 10 third, but any other way that you decide to play it, you can finesse the 10 the other way, or just playing a diamond or a spade to an honor also works.
Mm-hmm.
Because two spades are in the ace king happen to be in the same hand, but finessing the 10 generally statistically the better way to go about it, and I guess it's a 50-50 guess on that point.
Yeah, and they don't have really any entries or many entries to the west hand, even if they did want to finesse North for the 10. I think it's interesting North's choice to lead a trump rather than the ace king, because we're usually taught, lead ace from ace king, an unbid suit. I mean, North did know that their partner had less than 4 spades because they bid 2-no over the takeout double. They didn't bid 2 spades. Now, if their partner had a doubleton spade, they actually might kind of want to lead a spade. But I guess with their partner having 3 spades, they really reasoned that leading spades is probably just going to help set up Declare's suit and isn't going to achieve much. So I think I like this trump lead. I mean, their partner showed length in both minors as well, so they weren't that afraid of a minor. And now North has to make a play. This is where I would think South's trump, if you play trump suit preference, their cards at tricks 1 and 2 of the 2 of hearts followed by the 4 likely indicate a high club honor to me. I think, yeah, or at least kind of suggest to North that maybe they should play clubs. It also sort of looks like the most natural play for North because, again, North knows Declare has 4 spades, at least 4 spades, because their partner doesn't have 4 because they didn't bid 2 spades. So playing spades doesn't look attractive to North, just helping Declare set up their spades. Nothing else really looked attractive. And dummies had 3 small clubs. So the club shift was indicated and they made it. And Declare is going to have to guess something just to go down 1 at this point, but they're going to lose the board either way. Yeah, so on high card points, North is not quite marked probably with the ace king of spades, because I mean, if they have to have 15 points, they would be. But I think North maybe could open a no trump with only 14 points, and South could have 7 with the king of spades. So I do think if North had ducked that spade, there's a reasonable chance he actually would have ran the 9 of spades there. Assume also maybe it's a common inference as declared that, oh, they don't have ace king because they would have let it.
True. Yeah.
So maybe a missed opportunity by North there in theory, but not in practice because they win the board anyway.
Yeah. It was always going to be 1 for Team Europe at that point once they find their club trick.
Yep. Okay, this hand looks like a part score battle for sure.
Those are the most intense ones and the scariest ones at BAM.
I mean, it doesn't look like North or South are entering this auction to me. It seems like it's going to go a minor, pass, a no trump, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for either North or South to compete here with their 9 counts.
I'll be interested to see what Klukowski decides to lead with the South hand, whether he prefers like a more passive 10-4 of spades lead or a more active queen 10-4 of hearts lead. Now they might play transfers. Yeah, so actually we won't get to see that because they don't play. They play a spade denies a major and sort of transfers to no trump, so they get the stronger hand to declare.
Right. So now North is on lead and
North also has, a lead problem. I think the traditional lead is probably a heart, 4th best from your longest and strongest, but people don't love leading from aces with only 4 card suits like that much.
Yeah, I've been
I
told
think
to never
especially
do
against
from 8th, 4th, and I'm like, I'm not necessarily sure why, but
my rule is to not do it from ace queen fourth specifically against one no trump, because my feeling with ace queen fourth is there's a reasonable chance the strong hand has the king on my right, and there's often time to shift later from partner's side.
yeah.
I don't have any rule about never doing it from ace fourth. I mean, and her other lead, like you kind of want to lead a major in this auction, and jack nine third is not an attractive lead either.
Could blow out that suit easily.
Yeah, like here, Declare wasn't really entitled to any heart tricks. But at the same time, if the defense never plays hearts, it's really not that good for them either, because then Declare has time to set up like lots of tricks in clubs and diamonds. And at least by leading a heart, the defense does get 3 heart
Hard
tricks
tricks.
set up for them now.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, it does look to me like the only making 1 in the other room is a little bit low. Like it looks like Declare has the ability to make 2 no trump here to me, given that the queen of clubs is on side.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is entitled to 3 heart tricks and the minor suit aces, so only 5 tricks. And Declare should be entitled to 3 club tricks, 3 spade tricks, a heart, and a diamond now, even without guessing the jack of diamonds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this definitely can make 2. Now, Kaplan's played a club to the 10 here, probably because if he led the jack or 9 off the dummy and South had a singleton queen, he would regret it because then he would only take 2 club tricks instead of 3.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, if Justina had ducked this, especially in tempo, the entries get a little bit awkward for Adam here. So that makes me think maybe he actually should have just
Tried the
played
jack.
paid off to the stiff queen. Because yeah, once this 10 of clubs wins, Adam is left with the choice of crossing back to dummy and spades. But that to me is too dangerous, or it's not the right idea, because now when you give up the lead in clubs, after the defense runs their hearts, they can knock out your ace of spades and potentially set up at least 1 spade trick before you've got rid of the ace of diamonds. So the alternative would be, oh, so then why don't I just play diamonds after my club to the 10 wins the trick? But there's still danger there that then the defense will be able to set up a trick in diamonds before you've knocked out the ace of clubs. Like let's say North had the jack of diamonds. After you lead a diamond to the queen and ace, South could simply return a diamond to set up a diamond trick. And then again, the defense could hold it to 1. So I think I think if I'd been declaring this just because I really don't want this to win, which it has now, and because now he is a hard play. He's pretty much stuck here from what I can tell. Like he doesn't have a clean answer. Maybe the best practical answer is to play a diamond to the queen and hope they don't arrange things properly if North has the jack.
Right. And at this point, they already have count in spades. They know what's going on in the spade suit. So
Another thing he could do, and that's why I mentioned Justina, it's better to duck in tempo if you can, is given that it's gone club 8, 10, 5, he might read that Justina is unlikely to duck with ace doubleton. People are usually very hesitant to duck ace doubletons. And so he knows she has the ace because she thought.
right.
So if he reads all of that, he can just play the king of clubs here, which solves his problem because then he doesn't need to find a way back to the dummy. But if she's made a big play and ducked with the ace doubleton, then he would very much regret doing that.
And that's probably what's going on in his head right now. Is that why she was thinking so long?
I think what's going on in his head right now is like, I wish I'd let the jack. I wish I'd let the jack. Don't think about that. Think about this.
We can ask him
That's what
later.
would be going on in my head now.
Why didn't I lead that dang jack?
But yeah, so I don't think he'll cross in spades, right? That to me is out because it's just too attractive for the defense to set up that spade trick. And you know they're able to set up a spade trick for sure. So he's either going to play the king of clubs, banking on the queen doubleton, or he's going to play a diamond to the queen, I think.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing any other plays.
I myself, not reading too deeply into the hesitation, would probably just play a diamond to the queen. Because at this level, I would not hope that my opponents are fish and lead a spade to the queen.
No, you're not going to leave spades to the queen. Yeah, the question is, do you try the king of clubs at this point, assuming that it's just hard to duck with ace doubleton?
Yeah. Because you just don't want to create that blockage in the club suit.
I mean, if you are north and you reason, well, one reason people are afraid to duck with ace doubleton in general, kind of, is that, yeah, it creates blockage, but also, like, what if your partner has king doubleton or something? Now you've literally, your ace and king could just crash together on the next trick.
Mega womp. Womp womp.
Now, I guess Justina could maybe reason that Kaplan's unlikely to have, like, Klukowski's unlikely to have king doubleton club, if she did have ace doubleton, I mean. Because why would Kaplan cross to the king of spades?
Ooh, we're going for a spade.
Oh, so he played this, and this is not gonna work. Like, they're gonna, or I mean, Justina still has, they still have to figure out this, that he actually doesn't have four spades, because West did not deny four spades. But the spade plays are still going to be at a minimum passive for them. So I guess from Klukowski's point of view, he might be thinking, what if Declare had the ace jack of spades and my partner had the ace of diamonds, or king of diamonds, I mean? Like, could Declare have an 11 count with ace jack fourth of spades? And Justina have king third of diamonds? Because then from Klukowski's point of view, he would need to cash his hearts and his three diamond tricks, and he would never want to play a spade. Now, from Justina's point of view, she also might think that Declare, like, yeah, this could actually be a somewhat challenging problem for the defense. Especially because they might feel that Declare is not gonna. Now, I think Kaplan's tempo here could help them, maybe. That, like, oh, if he had ace jack fourth of spades, he probably would have just crossed to the spade right away.
Immediately, yeah. He could have been thinking further down the line in theory too, but
yeah, so that might help them. Because,
also,
yeah, I feel like, yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say hi to Bork Talk. He's in chat. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how Klukowski can work this out.
It's Bam Bork. We are bamming in the Buffett Cup.
Because, yeah, it would be disaster to play a spade here if the defense could just cash the next 5 tricks and Declare did have ace jack of spades and no king of diamonds. Because they definitely open 11 counts.
Yes, it's all bam, 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 PJF. My least favorite form of bridge, but I have yet to even attempt it. I just know I don't like match points, and bam is going to be worse.
Like, he has not worked the hand out yet, certainly. Because if Klukowski had thought this was the hand, he would have made it as simple as possible and just played a spade right
immediately. Yeah.
So he's still he's not sure yet.
Yeah, 14 to 16, one no trump, so probably open Bal 11s.
The thing is, if Justina ends up on lead, I mean, I still think it's pretty safe for her to play a spade. Like, I don't see. Wait, what happened? Oh, my session expired.
Wouldn't it? Oh no. Wouldn't it also be safe for her to play a club in theory, though, as well?
Yeah, but this, like, she can see there's active benefit to playing a spade if Klukowski is 4. And, like, it's not, unless she thinks Kaplan's going to finesse her, it's not going to hurt her. If Kaplan only has, so yeah, so she figured out, right? Because it's not really going to hurt her to play a spade, even if Kaplan has 4. So that was, yeah, the best probably way to solve the problem from Klukowski's point of view is let his partner be the one on lead after, because he's not quite in a position to maybe have all the information, but his partner, well, if they have no spades, they'll figure out to play a diamond, hopefully. And if they have a spade, they can figure out to play it. I'm interested how the other room
How the
went.
other table, I have it.
Yeah, the other room actually did lead a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But
One bit
why did...
king. Continued another diamond.
So the other room actually just had so many tricks already in diamonds from the lead that they didn't like take the natural clubs, or like they didn't need to necessarily finesse south for the queen of clubs, which is the most natural way to play the clubs. But because they already had so many tricks in diamonds, they just kind of they had to guess clubs and they misguessed. But like they played a club to the king
Yeah.
late in the play.
They made it, in a way, making it simpler, made it the 50-50 guess just harder.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, East West have a very
Very
good
good.
result.
Oh my
I
gosh.
I mean, East West have not that many high card points, and they made a doubled game, which looks like
Yowza.
it kind of relies on a spade finesse, depending on how the play goes. So what's going to happen here? North has a very nice hand. They go a little low to bid two hearts. And East 2 no trump is probably some kind of good diamond raise,
Mm.
it looks like.
I'm thinking, is there any chance that North South happen to get too high in hearts and get doubled and go down worse?
Um, they could get high and get doubled, but they're not going to get high enough to go down worse. Like they, because even 500 won't be enough. They'd have to go down three
They'd have
doubled.
to go down three, which
Yeah,
isn't
and four
that
hearts down two.
four hearts is down two, so they'd have to get up to the five level. They'd have to be sacking over
They're
five
not
diamonds
getting to the
doubled.
five level. This is
No, they're
not an
not.
auction where people get to the five level after the start. I mean, now South does have an unusual kind of hand. I think the auction's going to end at three hearts, maybe though.
Oh
But yeah, this
my.
is an unusual kind of hand in that South has four card heart support, but decided to suppress to bid one no trump because they had such a weak hand. It's kind of a tactical bid a lot of people make when they have a weak hand with three or more hearts, like not quite strong enough to raise to two hearts. Now, one way East West could win the board, but I don't think it will happen, is that if four diamonds gets doubled.
I don't think that North's going to double that. They don't have much defensive value at all.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think they do. But unless they pictured their partner with like less hearts and they're hoping some hearts are cashing. But yeah, I don't think
Hmm.
North is done. But North does have a good hand.
Yeah.
Like North has a better hand than they've promised, but they don't really want to bid four hearts vulnerable unless they can make it, because if the opponents just double them, and they're often going to get doubled on this auction when they tried to play three hearts and then balance four hearts,
Hearts. Yeah.
just know they're doing worse than if they just defended four diamonds. So that's why I said like it would be unusual to bid four hearts in this auction.
Bork is saying that Klukowski probably wouldn't sit four diamonds doubled. And we end up in four diamonds. Undoubled. So automatically a good score here for the European pair.
Yeah, this will tie the set. And there is another, I don't know if I can try to at least have it somewhere on my screen so I can check occasionally, because China, wait, what's happening? China's playing USA, but somehow there's no comparisons yet,
Oh,
strangely.
do you think
But yeah, so
does it
the
not
way
come
this
in a
split
match?
works is actually there's three countries and they're all playing each other at the same time. There's like three different team matches for BAM going on at the same time. So US is playing Europe, US is playing China, and Europe is playing China all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. If you don't like round robins in your Swiss game, you ain't gonna like this one. uh, I mean, I think what the idea was forces of bridge forces. But yeah, Europe is not a country, PJF.
Yeah, and traditionally, I don't know if this is the first time that China was included in the Buffett Cup. I know traditionally it's like modeled after the Ryder Cup in golf, where it's just US versus Europe. I'm not sure yet if this is the first time, or maybe it's related to the event being in China.
USA, Greenland.
What's that?
No, I'm just chat's being a little weird. Tried to say like if you had to choose one country in Europe that they would be representing. Now PJF's like USA versus Greenland right now. No. Uh,
Well, what countries are represented here? We've got Poland at this table, Italy at the other
other
table.
table
They've got a Norwegian pair. All their partnerships are actually from the same country, which I'm sure is not a requirement.
requirement. Yeah.
But 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 I guess it is common that people play with people from their country. Uh, or in the case of this table, their household. But
Yeah, and apparently the history of the Buffett Cup, um, or in the history of the Buffett Cup, USA has won, um, what was it, 5 times, and Europe has won once. Which, not to, like, I didn't expect it to be so one-sided, I guess, but maybe this was happening in the past. I'm not sure, like, when the last Buffett Cup was. I know that this was like very looked forward to renewal of the Buffett Cup. Um, but I maybe it was just a different time where Europe was a little bit weaker. But I always am like Europe is quite the force to be reckoned with. Like how is this just how is this one team? This shouldn't be fair.
yeah, the European team this year is very strong. I think their last pair we didn't mention yet, and I did realize I think they're the pair that's not same country. I think it's Brown Kazmucha. Is that right?
Uh,
Well, I think it's an English and a Polish. Uh, Let me see if I can make sure I got it. Yeah, Fiona Brown and Danuta Kazmucha, which I'm pretty sure is Fiona Brown is English and Danuta Kazmucha is Polish.
PJF is asking who are the current holders of the America's Cup?
What's the America's Cup?
Is this like do you mean like people who are I'm not sure if it was Europe or USA who won the last one, but are you asking like what the team was who won the Buffett Cup last time, or are we just talking about something completely else?
So Declare has got, I mean, irrelevant to the score, but maybe relevant to how they feel at the table. That Declare has maybe misplayed this a little bit, or at least they're actually only going to make 4 diamonds here. Sorry, if Justina wins the ace of clubs and gives a club ruff at this point. It was a bit of a tricky hand to navigate. That's sort of why I said it kind of required the spade finesse actually to make 5. Because Declare, if they drew all the trump, then North could duck 2 clubs and they can't use the clubs to pitch the spades. And here, when they try to keep a trump entry to the dummy, now North can win the second club and give their partner a club rub.
And apparently the America's Cup is a yachting event. According to PJF.
Interesting. So I think she has to give the club rough here. I mean, she has count. Yeah, she's giving the club rough here.
And that means we're down.
No, not down. Well, okay, the result didn't matter of the contract, but it was making 4 instead of making 5.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong direction. All right, so we're tied here, 2.5 to 2.5.
Yep, so it does seem like a maybe of note that the first hand was more of a card play thing, but I was noting both of the US's wins came on the game level hands, sort of, and both of the not really actually because they bid 5 diamonds at the other table.
It's a game part score battle.
I'm trying to create patterns where they don't exist, probably a very small sample size.
Bork's asking how often these players are giving count.
I'm guessing that the north-south style is to give a decent amount of count, I think.
They're not
I,
deceptive. They're being true to their cards.
I mean, people have their own styles. I don't think Kaplan and Kolesnik play a lot of count. Like I think they're definitely more suit preference people.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't actually know what north-south style is really. I would just be guessing. But I definitely do think that Klukowski's card on the last hand of the king on the first club trick should be a count card.
Okay. And
Okay, so oh god.
and we're getting the answer to who's the current holder of the America's Cup because it was a rhetorical question the whole time, and the answer was New Zealand because PJF is all about we we're from Oceania area, and we're gonna be and we have the America's Cup. Like okay.
Okay, so here I think Klukowski with his one no trump rebid on this auction of heart, a spade, and no trump has shown 11 to 13 maybe, or at least they probably opened some 11s. And North has made a somewhat common decision, especially with partnerships that open a lot of 11s, not to invite with 11 themselves. Just pass out a no trump, especially at this kind of BAM scoring where there's no like huge incentive to bid games beyond if you're not over 50% to make them. South has a pretty nice hand. They definitely, I think, would have accepted an invite. And game might have made. But if they make 9 tricks, they'll win the board regardless. It looks to me like maybe on best defense, game cannot make, but I'm not sure. This looks like a good lead for the defense, like to start
Mm-hmm.
establishing some tricks and spades.
And knockout entries to this heart suit. Are you ever going to be able to prevent Declare from the hearts though? No.
No, no. I like the way I see, I mean, this play going is maybe Declare wins the ace of spades and then knocks out the ace of hearts. And then the defense can play a spade. And if Declare wins that spade with the king, then there will be 2 spade tricks established in the west hand. And if Declare ducks that spade, now the defense's best bet will be for East to find the play of a low diamond to the jack, so that
Ooh.
when West wins the ace of clubs, they can put a diamond through to take 2 diamond tricks for the defense. I believe that's the sort of sequence of plays that they might need to find something like that to defeat the contract. Or I mean, sorry, to hold it to
That's
2, but
2.
it's all really the same at this score. So yeah, I think he will duck this, probably. Because he knows that West probably has Jack 10 of spades and an ace over there. And he doesn't want them to have 2 spade tricks. Yeah. He also doesn't know the hearts are 3-3 as declare at this point. And now East will have to put a low diamond, or the 10 of diamonds could work if partner finds the play of overtaking with
Taking.
the jack to unblock the suit. I mean, I do think it's definitely a possible play. A low diamond here, but not clear. I mean, East is obviously is going to have some fear. I think that Declare has the jack of diamonds. East might also not be sure that Declare doesn't have 3 diamonds. Although I think East will probably think their partner has 4 spades only because they didn't overcall a spade and 3 hearts. So I would have thought East could at least maybe realize partner doesn't have 5 clubs. But yeah, East has not done this play. They might be able to survive this, but I don't think they can double dummy. I was thinking that if Declare tries to set up club tricks right away, West can just duck 2 clubs.
Right.
So that when East gets in with the ace of diamonds, now actually they can play a third club and cash 2 club winners. The problem with this to me is that on the run, if Declare runs hearts anyway, West is gonna come under some pressure to find discards. I guess they can just pitch 2 diamonds. But once they pitch diamonds, then Declare can knock out the ace of diamonds first. Once they pitch any diamonds. Because right now Declare is kind of in a pickle that if they played diamonds first, the defense can duck. Like, well, first of all, West would technically have to put up the jack, and East would have to duck it, and that would set up diamond tricks. Similarly to how East could have played a low diamond themselves to set up diamond tricks. And if Declare plays clubs right away, then the defense can set up club tricks. So this should be ducked. And yeah, now I'm not sure actually he can do it anymore. Because now whatever minor he plays can set up tricks for the defense.
Mm-hmm. Bork is also asking, would Adam have led a club with 5? Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I
Yeah.
think Ben could have reasoned that Adam had 2 diamonds and 4 clubs rather than 1 diamond and 5 clubs. So this is a situation where I would like to be giving count as East just to tell my partner, I don't know, make my partner feel comfortable about the layout of the club suit. But West should probably already realize that Declare doesn't have 2 clubs, and they probably don't have 4 clubs because that would give them like an unbalanced hand with 3 spades and 5 hearts and 4 clubs. So the count should be known for West. And equally, there's no way Declare would play this way without the jack of clubs. So West found a nice play. And now on the run of the hearts, West will have to shed both of their diamonds. Those are the only pitches West can make. And East will need to keep their club, which they'll definitely do.
And it's happening before our eyes right now.
Yeah. So the good thing for West is this is a rare case where they actually need to void themselves in diamonds because they can't afford to pitch a spade or a club. And now when Declare finally leads a diamond, now West will be able to throw their spade since their partner will be winning the trick to play a club. So that's all going to happen here. Now he'll play a diamond, and Finn will win it and
Give
play
another
a club.
club.
Yeah. And technically, he'll have to know what to keep on the last trick, but he will definitely figure that out. Like Declare will have to throw the King of Diamonds winner from the dummy, and well, for one thing, West is shown out of diamonds, so Declare has a count.
All right. So very precise defense to give us a half and half.
Yes, Declare had probably a small double dummy chance if they'd run their hearts right away before attacking clubs, but again, they didn't even know the hearts were breaking for sure. It was a tricky position. So in the other room, this looks like a good result for the US, kind of to my eye, or at least it looks like 3 hearts has made a trick more than it needed to.
Yeah.
I think the West is going to have to find a spade shift against 3 hearts. I mean, they're not going to be in 3 hearts in this room, but in the other room, West probably let a high club and needed to find a spade shift before the spade goes away. Now in 1-no trump, Declare has 7 fast tricks. But it looks like unless there's a major defensive errors, they're not going to come close to what they need to win the board. Probably they wouldn't have won the board even if 3 hearts had been held to 3. Yeah, now North here, again, a lot of people, if it's a 15 to 17 no trump, would invite with the North hand. I might even invite with the North hand because of the 2 10s, even though I don't love inviting 8 counts. I don't know if what their range is. And yeah, also noteworthy that even if 1-no is within their range, South didn't have to open 1-no trump necessarily, like with 5-4-2-2 shape. So I think West will be very comfortable here on the hearts, throwing their 5 and jack of clubs, because they'll reason that even if the Declare does have a second spade stopper, like Ace Jack 9 or Ace Jack 10, I can win the first club and clear the spades, like King of Spades and a spade, and hopefully partner wins it. But even if the Declare has 3, at least my other 2 spades will be good.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of expect West to just throw their 5 and jack of clubs and 10 of diamonds. I mean, they'd like to protect their queen of diamonds more, but I feel like they just aren't going to want to keep any potential losers. Like they're not going to want to keep clubs which they can see are losers. So I feel like my first 2 pitches would probably be the 5 and jack of clubs, but I'd always be intending on throwing the diamond too, I think.
Yeah. Even if the spades do get blocked, there's always another club to go around too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he could keep the diamond and throw 1 spade. My only concern would be if they're gonna set up club tricks, that would be bad for me. Like I want to have all my spade winners intact. But he's decided, I think maybe from his partner's club pitch. I'm really surprised Finn pitched the 4. That seems like such a weird card to pitch. Like it feels like you'd pitch the 8 if you're playing upside down carding.
All
But
right.
anyway, he's done what I first suggested and just kept all his spades and pitched all his other minor suit low cards.
Felt some pressure, but in the end, he's got it.
I mean, Finn has also made a helpful pitch here to just pitch the 10
Ten
of
of
spades.
spades.
Actually unblocks the spade suit.
There goes the spade.
Well, now West can basically claim or just kind of ask who has the ace of diamonds.
Right. Put the cards down. I'm taking all these tricks. You're not pitching the ace of diamonds, are you, Declarer?
I mean, nobody would have any reason to pitch the ace of diamonds, so I think it would be an acceptable claim because there's nothing to guard in clubs West knows. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that would be an acceptable claim in practice. Okay, so US wins that board mostly because of the opening bid choice, and but maybe because of the defense also. They would have won anyway. The defense in the other room.
Hey, Mayjester, welcome in.
So they will open this hand. I strongly predict they'll open 1 spade. They open light, Kaplan and Klosnik, and this is not that light.
Borktalk was also asking what your take on West passing the 1-no trump with the previous hand.
I like it because I mean, they had 5-4-2-2, but it's all red. They didn't have, I mean, they could overcall, but I like it at all red, just defending.
Oh my gosh,
So
it's
if they had yeah, they could bid 2 spades in a minor.
3 a.m. Mayjester. Well, thanks for the lurk.
A spade double 2-no trump, and South is
Five
like, whoa, I've got a lot of diamonds.
diamonds. Look at me. I've got diamonds.
So they're gonna bid 5 diamonds. Kaplan will possibly follow my dad's rule, which is to bid 1 more with a void when we both have a fit. But it is true that rule is a little bit more for imps than BAM scoring. And he has a hand that, he doesn't really feel confident about making 5 spades. And indeed, here he is not making 5 spades. This is kind of a classic example of why the rule is maybe better just for imps than BAM, because here where both sides are down 1, at least on best defense anyway. At imps, it's not such a big deal if you bid. Like you might not get doubled, and even if you were considering doubling them and you get doubled, you lose 5 imps for 100 versus 100. Versus when somebody's making a game, especially if they make it doubled, they often win a double-digit swing.
So here will be another point for US as long as they are able to find all of their tricks off the top.
Yes. Now Kaplan is going to be nervous here that the second spade isn't cashing, perhaps. Like that Finn might have 5 spades. To me, if Finn had 5 spades and the ace king of clubs, the trick one card is just attitude, so he should absolutely have just discouraged in spades to tell partner, no, don't play more spades. So if Calvin trusted his partner, he could just play another spade, which is what he did.
And now USA all of a sudden up by more.
Yeah, what was the other? I didn't even see what the other table was in on that hand.
5 diamonds down one.
They didn't
Same
find the
thing without the
double.
double. Yep.
Well, it was a totally different auction, the other
Probably,
table,
yeah.
because they didn't open Kaplan's hand.
Uh,
But yeah, and it was that opening that kind of led East to double without, a ton of defensive tricks, but he had an 11 points and an ace king in a side suit, so he doubled because it's what you do.
and now a 6 spades that we have to see Kukowski and Zmunda find if they want to have a push on this board.
Well, if they want to have a win on the board, they could find 6 no trump.
Hey.
And I think it's quite possible that they might. So anyway, we do, by the way, finally get to see maybe what their no trump range is, that it's at least not including all 14s, because Justina did not open a no trump here. I mean, South has a pretty no trumpy hand. Like they have an ace queen, a queen doubleton. My only main fear for playing no trump would be like, oh, maybe the defense can set up a heart trick or something. Like imagine Justina had the same hand, sort of, but with 3 little hearts and king and a club or something, where in 6 spades you have very good play even on a heart lead, because you can you can either try to pitch your heart right away, or you can cash the ace of spades first and then pitch your heart on the diamonds. And in 6 no trump, you just have no play on a heart lead. So yeah, I think if Kukowski could find out his partner had the king of hearts, he would happily lead. Oh, but okay, actually they did do pretty well to find slam in the other room. I guess I should have thought about that more. That they only had 16 opposite 14. Like Kukowski's hand was not so easy to visualize slam, maybe.
Colonel of the Queen's Guard, we have 12 board segments, and I think there's 4 every day. So, gonna be a total of 48.
I mean, I don't know what the 3 club bid meant over 2 now. It seems like he's kind of undercooked it to me, but the reason he's undercooked it is because he also had this idea that he really wanted to play no trump. So he got the no trump part perfect, but he got the level wrong.
You need to double 3 clubs, 3 no, so that it could be 6 no.
Yes, he could. Yeah, I mean, I think like at Imps, this never would have happened. Like I can pretty much, I feel like I can pretty much guarantee that like he would have bid differently and tried for slam at Imps, because there's no gain to playing 3 no instead of 4 spades at Imps. Like he knows he's going to make a game either way. But at BAM, he really wanted to try to play the higher scoring game, and he decided that slam wasn't that likely, I guess. And here his partner had a nice maximum, and slam was just cold, pretty much.
Mm.
Except 3-0 spades offside, almost cold. So after this board, he'll feel like, yeah, maybe I won, maybe I lost. I don't know. Depends. But he probably won't feel good. Like, it does feel like if you did try for slam as South, you'd get there.
Yeah.
So the other room is done. They've been playing much faster.
It's just like, I'm done with this. It's over.
Yeah, so the other room had a more, conventional imps auction, I would say, where North showed a 4-card maximum raise, like in the upper end of their minimum strength, so about 14 points. South tried for slam, and they just got to slam on a sort of constructive auction.
Mm. And here we're just going to be seeing them making the 6. All you got to do is knock out that queen of spades.
Yeah, so a big run of boards for US here, 3 in a row.
Look at them go.
They need another 15 to 20 more in a row against Europe to catch them. But
Okay, well,
Let me check, see if I can see if there are results now for the other match.
it's not
US versus China.
impossible, just simply improbable.
So US versus China. There, US has Jill Myers and Kerry Sanborn, teammates with John Hurd and Kevin Bathurst, Kevin and John were also on the Bermuda Bowl winning team recently. And right now, through halfway through the match, the US is down 4 boards to 2 against China.
Hmm.
And here they're up 3 boards. So they're 1 board above average right
Average. And right now, what are they? 3 behind? Well, not right now, but going into this, they were 3 behind China.
They were 3.5 behind China.
Okay.
But if the goal is to catch China, it's more important to do well against China.
That is true.
Um, okay, so here Klukowski's thinking about making a game try. He is a passed hand and he has 2 aces, and one of his aces in his partner's suit.
And is the general style here to show 5 spades or 4 spades with this 1 spade bid?
It's very country based.
The
And
country.
I think in Europe, it's far more common that 1 spade does not promise a 5 card suit.
Yeah. Okay.
And that also might influence his thinking of making a game try for sure. That he's like, oh, I have an extra spade.
Because USA did not find it. Maybe because they already thought they showed 5 spades with the south hand.
Well, it's not a great game. I mean, you have 3 top losers in diamonds and clubs, and you need to pick up the spades for no losers,
Which just happens to be possible here.
which he will.
Yeah.
I mean, in this spade suit, there's actually no gain to leading the queen on the first round, which would be the fatal play, because really you need the king on side, or unless you're going to try to drop the stiff king offside, which you're probably not going to do. So, assuming you're not doing that, you need the king on side, and if it's stiff king or king doubleton on side, leading low will work well,
Yep.
and leading the king will work badly. And if East has 3 spades to the king, the way the spots are, it's actually impossible to pick it up unless West singleton is the 10. But if
Yeah.
West has singleton 10, you can lead low to the jack on the first round of the suit. And as long as you have another entry to dummy, you can still cross back to the dummy and then run the queen.
Yeah, and the entries to dummy are scarce on this hand, unfortunately.
They are a bit scarce, but you will get there with the king of clubs. And when you get there, you should, if you've unblocked the ace of hearts already, you definitely can make some pitches. I mean, you have 3 losers in the minors that you need to roughen the dummy, 1 diamond and 2 clubs, but at least 2 of them can probably be pitched on hearts.
All right, so another half point to both teams here as North decided to stay low.
Yeah, I mean, North kind of knew it wasn't going to be that good a contract, probably, because North was like, well, if my partner has the ace king of spades and the ace of hearts, they would have opened the bidding.
Mm-hmm.
So they can kind of see that it's going to have issues, most likely. So yeah, Spence has cashed their 3 tricks. I think they'll probably play a club here. Claire will lead a low spade, and then they'll claim.
Yep. It'll be over in an instant. Yes, flawless defense, Bork. Bork saying, AKA, okay, bye.
All right, next hand.
All right.
So it looks like it was maybe a transfer auction, and East decided not to super accept the transfer. Like the East probably opened 1 no trump.
Mm-hmm.
If they super accepted, they would have got to 3 hearts, making 3. If they didn't super accept, they would have got to 2 hearts,
making
3.
3.
I
So
think, because I don't think West would kick in to game. Their hand is just a little not good enough.
Yeah. Too balanced. Too icky. Seems like we're going to get a very similar auction here.
Well, we'll see if Finn decides to super accept. He has minimum high cards, but certainly a nice looking hand when partner transfers to hearts. It might depend on if he has multiple ways to super accept.
And I mean, making 3 doesn't... No, it is fairly simple if you can set up the diamonds and pitch away the spade. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna lose. So he has super accepted.
And Kaplan, back to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he'd be. I mean, only maybe the presence of the 10 and 9 of spades. But I would think normally like 5-3-3-2-6 count does not raise a super accept to game, especially with no aces. But I guess he's got a couple spots in spades that could entice him. But no.
But no. Good pass. And another push coming our way. Assuming...
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to lead the king of clubs. I mean, there is some interest in the play for sure. Like if the defense start, because Declare doesn't know that the heart finesse is offside. For instance, the ace of diamonds and the king of hearts could be flipped. And Declare is certainly not going to just cross to the king of spades to take a heart finesse, because then that will be fatal actually if they do that on the hand, because then the defense can just set up a spade trick before the ace of diamonds is knocked out. So Declare's first move, as usual, will probably be to knock out the ace
Coda, let's go.
and play the king of diamonds out of their hand. But yeah, after that, I think maybe the defense will return a diamond, and then they can cross to the king of spades and take a heart finesse. I'm not seeing too much here.
What's North's options here?
North, yeah. So North it might be worried that Declare has only 3 diamonds and 4 spades. I could see some fear that the diamonds in the dummy could be pitched on the 4th round of spades. So North might want to consider shifting to diamonds to just make sure they get those tricks in.
Yeah,
Like
guaranteed the ace of diamonds. Okay.
I mean, North knows that they can't really set up spade tricks. So yeah, I think this was a sensible play, because North knew from South's king of clubs lead and 8 of clubs continuation. I think that South didn't have king queen third of clubs. South has 4 clubs. So then Declare, yeah, so Declare has won the diamond, and for the reasons we talked about, they still had to just fire a diamond right back at North. Now North can maybe make Declare a little uncomfortable here by returning a third diamond. No, they haven't done that. Because yeah, I was thinking Declare might be afraid now if the third diamond gets played that if they take a heart finesse, that South could put a 4th diamond through. But what actually happened here is that Finn decided not to take the heart finesse. And the reason for that is because North was a passed hand and had already now shown up with 2 aces. So before, I mean, actually, maybe Finn could have even reasoned that once his diamond won the trick, that there's no way South would ever duck the ace of diamonds, and he could have just played hearts from his hand right away. Once North shifted to a diamond and Finn's king won the trick, he made it kind of extra sure that North had the ace of diamonds by playing another diamond. But yeah, there was no need to finesse North for a card that they couldn't really have, because they would open the bidding with if they had 2 aces and the king of hearts.
All right, we're on the last board of the set already.
Yes, and this one looks like another like thin game that North-South could have been at the other table that today happens to make, because the spades can be picked up. It is important to play in spades and not no trump.
Yeah, the hearts and clubs don't look friendly.
Yeah, the defense is going to be able to set up too many tricks and clubs. But North has really, I think, not shown any extras with their 15 points. They kind of treated it as as a minimum, I think. I'm not sure really what, yeah, okay, I don't know their system
So
well enough.
yeah, this system is it's not 2/1. Simple stuff that we
I mean,
know
in
in the
2/1,
States.
this is also a very difficult hand to bid. Like in
Yeah,
standard bidding, North opens a club, South responds a spade, and North has an impossible bid, basically. Like they might rebid a no trump even though they have 15 points. Uh, like myself, I would choose between. Well, I'd pretty much have to do that because unfortunately in the ACBL it's illegal to open a no trump on a hand like this,
right.
and maybe it's not a good idea to anyway. But I would want to at least be able to consider that option of just opening a no trump, but I don't think it's allowed.
And yeah, we're just gonna make game for another push here, and USA wins the set by 3.
Yeah. So here,
One
this,
club, pass one spade, pass two clubs, pass two spades.
yeah, so that's the auction. This is a suit combination I just saw recently. Like, what's the best way to play this spade
Spade
suit?
suit.
I mean, you can't really go wrong on this hand because when you lead a spade, either the 10 or ace will show up.
Womp.
But but if a low one shows up, should you run the 8 or should you play the queen?
If I recall Bridgemaster correctly, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to play the queen or the jack.
I just saw this recently. Uh, that sounds reasonable to me, but I guess so. To me, so running the 8 will win when East has honor 10 third.
Yeah.
There's kind of three plays, right? Because once you play the queen, you then need to decide whether to lead the jack or a low one next time. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see how many holdings each one loses to. Let's first just worry about 3-2 breaks. So when we run the 8, we're we're gaining against 4 holdings. We're gaining against honor 10 third on side. Sort of. And what are we losing to? We lose to like that's pretty much all we also pick up like 10 and 1 on side and 10 third on side. I'm just thinking of holdings that we might not pick up with some of the other plays.
Yeah, you
We pretty
might not
much
pick up.
we
Yeah.
pick it up on the 10, we pick it up when the 10 is on side. So
Yeah,
yeah, honor 10
50%.
third on side, 10 and 1 on side.
And you lose to 10x offside and
That's 7 holdings. Yeah, so I picked up like 7 holdings that I lose to everything else. I'm actually maybe it's easier for me to count just the holdings I'm picking up
yeah.
that another play might not pick up. Like if all 3 plays pick up the same holdings, then there's no point. But yeah, so I'm picking up 7 holdings. Honor 10 third, which is 4 holdings because there's 2 honors and there's 2 X's, so 2 times 2. 10 and 1 is 2 holdings. Honor 10 Doubleton doesn't count because I can't avoid picking that up, whatever I do. And 10 third is 1 holding because Ace King Doubleton is 1 holding offside. So I picked up 7 holdings by running the 8. Okay, now let's say I'm going to play low to the queen and then go with the jack if it loses. So with that play, I pick up Ace King third on side, which running the 8 is very bad for. So that's 2 holdings. I pick up honor 10 Doubleton offside, which is another 2 holdings. I pick up 10 Doubleton onside, which is another 2 holdings. And I think that's it. I pick up stiff 10 offside when I have all the spots, but that's a 4-1 break.
So that's only one holding.
But it seems, yeah, but it's a 4-1. So that's 7 total holdings, but one of them was a 4-1 break. So it seems like running the ace is better than low to the queen and then following it up with the jack. What about low to the
The
queen
queen
and
and
following it
following
up
up
with a
with
low
low
one?
one.
Yeah, so then I pick up again ace king third onside is 2 holdings. Stiff 10 offside is a 4-1 break. That's 1 holding. And then I pick up honor and 1 onside, which is 4 holdings. I also pick up ace king doubleton offside, which is 1 holding. So it seems like that we pick up 7. We also pick up
This one was like
7, but plus 1 4-1 break. So yeah, it seems like the percentage play in the suit is low to the queen and then a low one if it loses. To me. But I could be wrong.
and that is how you analyze which one you should do when you're trying to decide suit
Well,
combinations.
yeah, at the table, there's just so often other
Extraneous
considerations.
information.
And playing against human beings is another thing. Like, depending on your opponent, a lot of humans will find it difficult when you lead a spade off the dummy to duck from ace king third
Yeah,
onside. If they're not going to play low when they have ace king third, then running the 8 gets better because you don't even lose to that holding.
right. Because most of the time, if they have ace king third, they're going to fly.
Depends who they are. I think an expert would often know not to fly because they would realize that in the suit, it really never helps them to fly. But on the hand, it might help them to fly if there's something they need to do quickly and they need to not let you draw trumps first. But yeah, in the suit, there would be no reason for them to fly from ace king third.
All right. It seems like
Yeah, when do we start?
we
That was a
have
very fast match.
we have 30 minutes to kill.
Yeah. Well, I feel not as bad for doing that suit combination now because we have all this time.
Yeah, we had time. Any other suit combination? Oh God, we've been suggesting karaoke.
Okay, so US has had a good turnaround in the China match. They won 2 boards in a row. There's still 4 boards left at both tables in that match. So this table was lightning speed.
Yeah, crazy.
But that match is now tied 4 boards apiece.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, US scored a nice win in this match. So actually, right now on the current scores, US and China are exactly tied.
Oh.
Uh, China is down 1 point to Europe, but they also have 3 comparisons left. So that's going to be close. But yeah, Europe is up 23 BAM points
That's a lot of
right
BAM.
now, both US and China throughout the 3 days of play. Uh, and just for reference, right, there's only 24 BAM points available for your country in a single match, in a single round. Because there's 12 points, like in the match we just watched, and your country's playing 2 matches at once.
Right. So you would need a blitz.
It feels like it's a full round's worth of BAM points for your country. And there's only 3 rounds left. So 23, like barring an epic collapse, feels like an almost basically an insurmountable lead, I think.
Yeah. There's not going to be much, yeah, chance at all. I mean, Europe can't start celebrating yet, but they're dang close to it. All right.
Yeah. And if the format is yeah, it'd be interesting if like this and the individual were both like part of weighted for like the overall award, but I'm told it's just yeah, 2 separate events.
Oh, who else reinforced that?
No, by you. I was told
By
by you.
Yeah, it was by me that I said that's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
But I would assume that they wouldn't have it bracketed in a different way. Like they would say that there's this plus this instead of it like there's this event and then there's this event. But there is very little information. that I can find, even on the Buffett Cup website itself.
Hmm.
And I guess there would be a question as to like, I mean, they are both BAM events, so I guess in theory you could combine the two, like just add more BAM points to each team's.
I'm confused because on the individual. Wait, so there so this is a separate event, right? Okay. So there's a 2-day event after the Buffett Cup is over called the Elite Invitational.
Oh,
But
I
I think
see.
maybe that's completely unrelated. I'm not sure.
Oh, is it just going to be completely different teams too?
I don't know. It looks like it's a 1-day Swiss and then a semifinals and a finals of knockouts, I guess, the next day.
Oh, interesting. And they call it an individual.
No, that's not an individual. Or I don't
Oh.
they don't call it an individual. Oh, invitation, Elite
Oh,
Invitational.
invitational. We've been misreading it the whole time.
Wait, no, we haven't. Sorry, it's two separate things. So there's actually 7 days scheduled on the calendar. 3 days of
Oh.
Buffett teams, 2 days of Buffett individual, and then there's this 2-day event afterward
After
called the Elite
the
Invitational.
invitational. Interesting.
Yeah, and actually the Buffett individual, it's not even really 2 days. It's actually 1.5 days.
Days. Yeah.
Yeah, because the second day is only half a day. That's, I think, pretty common in bridge tournaments nowadays that like the last day is shorter to give people time to like go home.
Kevin, you've been asked if you've played in the Buffett events or the invitational before.
No, I've never played in this. You said this is the sixth time, but no, I've never played in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not asked to play in this year, but I definitely would not have been able to. I have a non-bridge job.
Unfortunate. Where? Okay, so I'm pretty sure that Jerry explained it in one of his posts.
I'm just gonna go on mute for a second.
Okay. So, according to FunBridge.com, the Buffett Cup is back. After a 6-year break, the prestigious Buffett Cup, often called the Ryder Cup of Bridge, returns, named after the originally financed named after and originally financed by the legendary investor and bridge enthusiast Warren Buffett. From the 17th to the 21st of October 2025, the world's finest bridge players from China, Europe, and USA will gather in Qingdao, China for 5 days of elite competition, with the USA holding 4 titles and Europe 1. The host, China, eager to make their mark. The 2025 edition is sure to bring fireworks. So, yeah, and it says that the teams is the 17th to the 19th, and the individual is from the 20th to the 21st. The first? No, it can't be. The first and last time that that happens. Well, I can see that, but there's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. I have, like, literally nothing else up, except for, like, Discord. If I close that, I don't think it's going to do much.
So US won a third straight board, I noticed, on board 9. They found a different way to win the board when their opponents had bid and made 6 spades at the other table. But actually, they won the board by getting to 6 spades doubled, making.
Hey, let's go. Creative.
Unfortunately, they did then. This is interesting.
Oh, did the
This is board,
double...
but then they lost board 10 in a way I'm surprised by. Wasn't board 10 the one where it was stiff king of spades onside?
No, that... oh, yeah, it was. There it is. That was the one with
Yeah,
the
because
stick
it
games
says
that.
Herd Bathurst went down in that four spades, which is surprising.
Hmm. And I mean, like, even if you get tempted by heart pitches,
I mean,
like,
it
but
would
you
have
can't.
been. Wait, do we have the hand anymore? I can't.
I can pull it up on. Yeah, I have
I
it on my
don't know how to
screen.
use. Yeah, I don't know how to use this thing properly. Okay.
If you look on the Google Meet, you can see the hand.
Yeah. I mean, the defense could have maybe played like 3 rounds of diamonds to start, which would have made, but I'm just surprised. Like, did he try to drop the stiff king of, well, you can't, it's singleton. You can't, it shows up. You can't get it wrong unless you lead the queen, it looks like.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe there was something that made him think that.
I did all this analysis to prove why you should never lead the queen.
Oh yeah, there is like the queen dropping stiff 10 doesn't like you can just drop the stiff
I
10
mean,
by playing
unless
spade to the
he,
jack.
I guess he might, yeah, because he has the king of clubs as a potential entry. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why he would go down in four spades.
Maybe we should Bork talk. Maybe we should.
What should we do? Okay, maybe I should pull up the chat, but
Bork is suggesting that maybe we should send Kevin to China because he would play low.
because I would, well,
There's probably other things that happened at the other table.
sending me instead of Bathurst Herd might not be a good idea anyway. They're very good.
Yeah, they are very, very good.
I've spent a lot of time losing to Bathurst Herd.
Heard. Yeah, that might have been the other concern, is that they didn't know.
All right, so when do we start? 8.
Could they have tried like a deceptive line where they catch the ace of hearts? On the 20. So we
8.
have 18 minutes.
Okay. And they still have, I mean, yeah, and it's not like we just finished so early. Yeah, maybe I should have suggested, well, there's only one match we could watch, or maybe we should, there's another table, right? And
That
there's another
no.
platform. There's another like
Um,
platform where there's bridge, right?
well, when I was, I think it's the Chinese live stream where they have their own commentators.
Yeah. Do they have both of China's matches going on that platform?
Um, Probably. Let me find it from Jerry's post.
Then I guess then all the bridge is technically watchable at the same time if you watch both platforms.
Let me see.
Because I know it's right. BBO always has US versus Europe. But at the same time, there's China versus Europe and China versus US going on. Meanwhile, on board 11, it looks like Kerry and Jill have bid and made 3 hearts on that board, which was the normal result. So that's likely that board's likely a push.
Okay, there's the broadcast. Let me see if it pulls up for me. Oh, I can't read it.
Uh, so yeah, it might have been a little fake that we were tied with China, like
Oh,
kind of. Well, because we were done with one of our matches, and China had still boards
boards
comparisons in
comparison.
2 of their matches, so it's easier for them to win points.
Okay.
They have 2. They still had 2 matches, like both of their matches now. They can gain points.
But they can
Like
also, yeah, they can't lose points, but
you
they.
can't lose points. So
So China is pulling ahead, I would assume.
yeah, but I mean, so now China, we have two comparisons left in our match with China, so that one's just fair. And they only have one comparison left in their match with Europe, which they're currently trailing 6-5. And now on the overall score, we are down one BAM point to China.
Okay.
So still, we've well, depending on how these final boards go, we've likely picked up ground on China because I think we were down 3.5 before, and I think they're unlike unless they win all three of the remaining boards, we at least haven't lost ground.
This event, this team event, is this is the last day. There's an individual thing going on, and it's probably not an individual. I think it's still we still think it's teams. Um, but you are not restricted to only playing with your regular partner. So right now, what's happening is that there's an open pair. Each team has an open pair, a women's pair, a mixed pair, and a junior pair, and you have to be playing in within these parameters of these pairs um,
Mhm.
in this event. But the individual, I think, is like now you can have one of the junior players playing with a mixed player, and it's probably switches around a bunch by
I think
a
okay. I mean,
predetermined amount.
my guess is that it's pretty much exactly the same format as what we're watching. Like it's still U.S. plays Europe and U.S. plays China and China plays Europe all at the same time. It's like the same thing. It's just you're not playing with your regular partner.
Yeah,
Because what I noticed is there's 6 rounds in the individual, and since there's 8 people on each team, that leaves exactly 1 round per playing with another player on the team that's not your regular
your
partner.
partner
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's just you play with everyone that's not your regular partner once.
in the individual. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could be adding to the BAM points. Maybe they are combined, but I'm not sure.
That would make the event like potentially more
More
exciting to
exciting.
determine a
Yeah.
winner, because then there would like potentially be time for a big comeback still. Although it's still hard. Like 22 is a lot.
Wait, let me just ask Alex real quick. He's texting me. Hi. Are individual and and team BAMs combined? He's the captain. He has to know.
Yeah, so he's there.
Yeah, he's there. He's I would
Yeah.
assume he's there.
Oh yeah, I think I read. Yeah, he's the captain. Yeah,
He's the captain. Let me see. Who's the coach?
I
Because
think it's
there's a captain and the
Yeah,
coach.
JJ Wang. Is that our coach? I
Uh,
think I read that somewhere.
Yes, it is JJ Wang.
Okay, so an expected half board on board 11 and on board 12. The Chinese pair did very well to bid and make 4 spades.
Oh wow, nice.
So that's not going to be a win, probably. Either a push or a loss, most likely.
Not great. Still got 12 minutes to go. It would be nice to see people play with zero system together. I mean, that might be the point, unless, like, I don't know. I'm sure that the captain or coach has, like, set a universal convention card.
Yeah, I'd be interested if even the tournament sets a universal convention card.
Mmm,
Because at true individuals, there's a universal convention card for the entire um,
event.
event. Yeah, but this is not a true individual.
Right, this
It
is
really? Yeah,
still, like, if you could call it a team individual, it's a team individual.
yeah.
It's still technically a team's event. If
A team. There's no I in team individual.
Well,
Oh wait, there is.
oh wait, there's multiple I's in there.
There's actually a lot of I's. Yeah, there's three I's.
Individual. Yeah, there's three I's. Okay, so yes, I was wrong. The team and individual BAMs are combined. So
Oh,
that is makes
nice.
things more interesting, as you said.
Okay. So yeah, then if they need to start making the ground up today.
Yeah,
They don't need to get all the way back, but if they haven't want to have any hope of catching first, they'd have to. I think the margin has to be like 13, 14, somewhere around there. It can't be 20.
so there's 9 rounds remaining then,
Yeah, there's
right?
9 rounds remaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
because there's not that many. Because only 1.5 days. I mean, it's still hard, but yeah, they need to cut into this margin. Yeah, it has to be. I think less than 15 to me. But the individual might be more random for sure.
yeah.
Like people are not in their regular partnerships, so the level of play will probably go down, especially in the bidding.
All right, we've got a table being set up.
So we have a table. So I think we're gonna have the same American pair and the other two European pairs because I see, or maybe sorry, if it's still Picel, because I see Picel is uh still marked as north here.
For the partnership portion, there are 3 left, and there are 6 in the individual.
Yeah.
And apparently, Bork is claiming that that would be Zia's bread and butter.
Yes, Zia is notoriously a great individual player. He won. I read his book, his first book, not the recent one, and a lot of it is about him winning this individual tournament. Uh, I don't remember what year it was or where it was, unfortunately.
It was some
But
individual tournament.
it was a very big individual tournament. I love individual tournaments. I've played a couple junior ones, but yeah, Zia would be great at is great at individuals because he's really good at getting the best out of whoever his partner is. He wrote a lot in his book about, there is no correct bid in any given situation. It depends on the players at the table with you.
I
It
don't know if
depends
you want to read chat right now, Kevin. There was an insult in there.
to whom.
Hmm.
Okay, I have to log on to Twitch to
Okay,
read
okay.
chat.
I'll just read it for you. That Bork said, and even though he said he told me not to tell you, I'm not sure why he made it public domain. He said he even carried some noob in platinum pairs this year.
Yes, yes. Well, I was going to mention that Zia has historically won pair events with more people than anybody ever, like one big pair events, including I was lucky enough to be one of those people that was carried by Zia, yes.
It's a partnership thing, guys. This is not. There's no carrying. 15 plus unique partners according to Bork Talk.
Yeah, which I think is like almost double the next person, something crazy.
I
I
mean,
know Hammond's one with quite a few, maybe 8 or 9, so something like that.
it's still a lot. My gosh,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
even
I
have
mean,
one.
yeah, I mean, and it's so hard to win these pair events. Like you have to
Yeah.
beat so many other good players on the line, and you have to do it on the right day. Like some of it's random. Like I know for me and Zio, we played poorly the second day, and we're lucky to qualify for the third day, and we happened to have our good day on the last day. Okay, so yeah, now we got these tables open, and it looks like I was correct. We do have still the same mixed and junior
Junior
pairs
pair.
for the US, but now they'll be facing off against the open and women's pairs from Europe. So I think the way it worked was just that each country. I don't know if you could choose what order you teamed, sort of. Like the US happened to have their junior and mixed pairs team today. I don't know if it had to be that way for every country or because it seems like that's how it was for Europe, right? Because they just played against their junior and mixed pairs.
Yeah.
but I don't know if it was forced to be that way or you could choose your order.
Um, well, isn't the I'm just trying to figure out this triangle in my head. I isn't it like just mirrored at the others as well?
Yeah, but like, could China have decided that our junior and mixed pairs will team together the first day, or could Europe
Oh,
have decided?
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't know how. I think I would say more randomness is more fun there, kind of like let them do whatever variation they want.
Bork has a great question. So, how did the country of Europe decide who to send for this?
I don't know if it's a great question, given the factual, inaccuracy in the
That's
middle.
my favorite part about the question.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how the country of the USA
USA
decided.
decision. Yeah, I think that lots of people just asked a lot of people and were like, hey, maybe the organizers were, like set up a list of people that you could ask from each country, or like they
No, I
had
doubt it.
like, well, I mean, there has to be like,
The organizers being who are the organizers first of all?
well, I mean, like maybe the point was that the pairs had to have had success together at some point.
I mean, I'm sure each country. Well, first of all, as far as I know, are Pacell and Molson a pair?
Oh, I'm not
Are,
sure.
a-
And
and or
also,
Brown? I'm not sure. And Brown and Kesmucha. I'm not sure I've seen either of these as like normal partnerships.
there is another point that I knew that Finn and Kaplan were playing in this together before they had made it onto the USA one team.
Yeah, yeah, this was scheduled. Yeah, US must have felt happy with that. Whoever's organizing this Buffett Cup for the US anyway must have felt happy that they got this junior pair and then they went off and won the trials in the Bermuda Bowl.
Yeah, right. They're like,
And
we
their open
organized
pair
this right.
also went off and won the Bermuda Bowl, but I think Hurd and Bathurst are very established prior to that. Oh, sorry.
I've been chasing you around this whole time. Don't worry. This is this is what I do for a living.
All right, we are 3 minutes away.
Yes, they were chosen before trials. I remember hearing the news in early December last year.
December, wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost been a year since I've heard the news.
I mean, it seems like a great event format to me, like a very clean format. And I like that the two events are combined. I like
Yeah.
that too.
I think it's also very like broadcastable as well. Like this is something that like if we do become more bridge becomes more of a spectator sport, like this one is going to be an interesting one to cover.
Yeah, yeah, I think the golf version, the Ryder Cup is pretty popular, or at least among golf fans.
Yeah. 2 more minutes.
But it seems like right now US has work to do.
Yeah, we do have some work to do. Europe has been blowing us out of the water, and China. But we did just beat them by 3 ban points, so that's something.
We've been doing better against Europe. A bit like since the beginning. I think like last night I watched I think the third match of the day yesterday. The US had a nice win on against Europe. Um, so how did these matches actually end out? Did we end up losing that last board? No, okay, so Hurd and Bathurst did duplicate that four spades making.
Oh, good. Wow. Impressive.
That was a tie.
Finding
So
those
we
thin games.
tied China 6-6, and Europe beat China 7-5. So yeah, actually, after all said and done, only one board now behind
China.
China,
So we gained
but two and
two
a
and a
half.
half boards on them.
Unfortunately, still 23 boards behind Europe.
Well, they now we know that they have 9 more rounds to do it. So it's possible.
Yeah.
All right. Now we are back. We've got cards for round 2 of the day. We get a 1 no Trump opener from Bake.
Yeah, this is a hand where probably traditionally you would just get to four hearts, but I mean, I think it's gonna go two times, two hearts, three no, and North probably just as a normal four heart bid.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just gonna bid four hearts.
It works on this one.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if you know you're not gonna get a spade lead, you would want to be in slam on this hand.
Mm-hmm.
Although it wouldn't make because of the bad heartbreak, no matter what today.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
But there is a so is there a lot riding on this lead? It looks to me like actually, even if a club is led, the defense, because West has a singleton club and all these heart tricks, two heart tricks, they'll have time to shift to spades. The diamonds don't split 3-3, so the spade could only go on the club. So this is actually only going to make 10 tricks, which actually means 3 no Trump would have been the winning contract today if Declare takes the heart finesse, because
Mm-hmm.
they can take 10 tricks and 3 no Trump as well.
Interesting. But it would
But
be
I
a
think,
lot more scary.
yeah, I mean, and you'd certainly, I don't think, you do not want to be in 3 no Trump, I don't think, on these cards. I mean, because you're right. If you don't get a spade lead, you want to be in 3 no Trump, but you certainly rate to get a spade lead.
If somebody has 6 spades here, you're just immediately sad. Oh
Well, you're
wait, no,
not.
no, no,
I
you're
mean, you
not.
have
No, you're
nine
not.
top picks.
You have the
You have nine top picks, but hearts rates to take, I think, more tricks on average than no Trump, because in no Trump, in hearts you can take four heart tricks. In no Trump, you're gonna take at most two heart tricks most of the time, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kaplan needs to rough this, which he's done. Yeah, that was a good try by Baki to like lead towards his clubs, because if Kaplan didn't rough it, he would have been good. Now he's gonna try the diamonds and hope they split 3-3 to get rid of his other spade from the dummy.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Now Kaplan knew to rough that 10 of club or rough the second club because his partner had led the 10 of
10
clubs,
clubs.
and that means Declare has the jack. So then you get thinking, well, if Declare has the jack, if they had a holding like King Jack third, they would have just run the 10 around him by their jack. So therefore they also have the queen.
Queen.
And they probably also have the king, because if they didn't have the king, they would have also just run the first trick around to their hand. So you can realize Declare actually has all the high clubs. Okay, so that's making four. I mean, it seems like a pretty flat board unless North South get a little high in the other room, which is possible. But no, they're in four hearts, and the play is going similarly. So this should be a flat board. The second board. So
Finn.
they. Oh, go on.
Finn's opening the 1 no Trump. Very common opening in this set.
They definitely play 14-16 or something like that. But I think Kaplan will game force his hand, so he'll bid three clubs now, I think, or two
2
no
no.
transfer clubs. They play transfers
Transfers.
after transfers.
So interesting. Just might as
But
well
yeah,
make it all transfers.
Yeah, so there's a couple reasons why it's a bet. It's like West doesn't really have slam interest, but it's better with their hand to bid not just three no trump over two spades. One reason is that partner like Finn probably would have passed if Kaplan had just bid three no trump.
Hmm.
And Kaplan doesn't really want that when he has a singleton, even though Finn has a spade fit. So by showing a second suit, you make sure you get to game anytime, get to your major fit anytime you have one. Partner won't just pass 3-0 because they're 4-3-3. And the other reason is just that there's a couple other reasons. Like Finn could have 5 hearts and you could belong in 4 hearts.
Hmm.
So by bidding 3 clubs, you let Finn bid 3 hearts, which Kaplan would raise to 4 because he doesn't want to play in no trump if his partner has a weak, like no diamond stopper. So that there's several reasons why. But I'm guessing Finn's actual 3 diamond bid showed a spade fit.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it has to because otherwise Kaplan's 4 spade bid makes no sense.
Yeah. He would have
Okay,
bid three
so
no.
he would have bid something else. He wouldn't have jumped to 4 spades. So Broglin's led his singleton, and what do we have here? So Finn's led a club up immediately, which is not going to work well at all.
Oh no.
Uh, it doesn't look like the right play to me. That seems like a surprising play because if the lead wasn't a single, like it seems like you'd want to at least draw 2 rounds of trump first. If the lead, like if the lead is a singleton, you just don't want him to rough this because he's gonna get more roughs. Like here, things are gonna go horribly because not only is he's gonna go down like 2 here because Brolin's gonna get another rough and then Bach is gonna
Gonna
get
get
a
another
rough.
rough.
Then Bach is gonna get a heart rough. But even without this heart rough, Finn should realize that he doesn't want to get rough twice in clubs, I think. Now, it would have been maybe a reasonable play to draw 2 rounds of trump and then start leading clubs towards the West hand. First of all, it would work well here because Broglie would be out of trump, and Finn could have eventually roughed his 4th round of clubs in his hand to get rid of that loser.
Yeah.
But even if Broglie had roughed in on the club, he would be roughing a loser with his last trump, and now Finn could use the remaining 2 high clubs in the dummy to discard one of the hearts from his hand to make sure he only loses 2 heart tricks. So I think the idea was right to like love leading clubs towards dummy before you draw all the trump. But he should have drawn a couple rounds of trump before he started doing that.
Because you only need one club rough.
Yeah. Another idea I'm seeing is maybe a dummy reversal of maybe he could have tried to rough 3 diamonds in the dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have won the first trick with the ace of clubs, done ace of diamonds, rough a diamond, spade to hand, rough a diamond, spade to hand, and then rough the last diamond. But he would still need to cross back to the king of clubs at some point in that line, which would rely on that not getting roughed.
Ooh.
All right, so here Kaplan has
Ooh.
bid 3 diamonds over a club. A lot of pairs play that 2 diamonds shows both majors over a club, actually.
Hmm.
I'm guessing Finn and Adam are one of them. So even if he wanted to bid 2 diamonds because he's vulnerable and his suit isn't that good, like he has bad spots, he probably didn't have that option. So he elected to bid 3 diamonds instead of 1 diamond. North made a negative double, and South was very happy to pass it out with extra values and 4 good trumps and this vulnerability.
Yeah. You reach out with a preempt vulnerable, and sometimes you just get whacked.
Yeah, even with buying this 2-card diamond support in the dummy is not very good, and that's bad when you're red on white.
There's no entries except for possibly the king of spades, but I mean, I guess in theory, like the north hand is probably more likely to have the ace of spades in terms of shape, but in terms of high card point distribution, not really.
Yeah. I mean, declare really here, like usually when you're in a doubled contract, you want to try to take at least more tricks than what the opponent's game would be worth when it looks like they have a game.
Right.
That's probably not going to be possible here, or even that, like, he'd have to take 8 tricks to do that. So if I was in Kaplan's shoes, I'd be more thinking, how do I take as many tricks as possible? I've got to hope they're in the same contract in the other room and just try to take as many or
Mm-hmm.
more tricks than them. And it's not so, like, he didn't do anything that weird. So there's no, like, huge reason why they shouldn't be in the same contract necessarily.
Right. He just has to sit down and think this is normal. My opponent's going to be here too, and I just have to play it better than he does.
Yeah.
He or
Now,
she.
unfortunately, one reason why they might not be in the same contract, right, is because South might start the bidding with a diamond at the other table.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way system can make a difference. But I'm just not, yeah, like, there's just no way he's getting out for down 1 in this contract. Like, even from his point of view, if all the cards are as favorable as possible, there's just, he's going to lose a diamond trick and 2 spade tricks at minimum. And that would already be down 2. So this spade suit's actually interesting, though, like looking at all 4 hands, because actually the declarer cannot establish a spade trick if the defense is proper. Like, for instance, if declarer leads the 9 of spades out of their hand, they'd have to cover it with the jack. Oh, wait. So I see there's video commentary here, but I don't want
Who
that.
is it?
It's Alex
Oh,
Kolesnik.
Alex is in there. Oh, I should
Okay.
tell him that this video commentary is working because he was asking me.
Yeah, but I had to hit the X because I don't want that coming through the audio.
I wasn't hearing it anyway, so if you do want to listen to him, you can.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Okay, anyway, so maybe I was actually hearing you typing.
No,
No,
I
actually,
wasn't typing.
okay, I was hearing him typing. Yes, I think he heard the audio video wasn't working and he fixed it. Okay, so here, so the diamond suit, meanwhile, Kaplan actually could pick up for only 1 loser if he had infinite entries to the dummy. Unfortunately, as you said, he has actually 0 entries to the dummy.
Womp womp.
But he could lead the 10 from the dummy, which would go 10 jack queen, for example. And then if he could get back to the dummy again, he could lead low towards his ace 8 7 6. And if they split again with the 9, he could win the ace, and then he could use the 8 to drive out the king and the 7 to draw the 5. But here,
No such luck.
yeah, so I don't know what he's supposed to do here, really. My instinct is maybe he can play a spade and hope that at least they will kind of let him rough enough times to make him happy, or to, like, to do some kind of trump end play later. So this 9 of spades Bake makes the play I talked about of covering the 9 with the jack. And now the defense can't take 2 more spade tricks by themselves because of that 7 in the west hand. Like, they can't lead spades. But if declare leads spades, then the defense will get 2 more tricks. Declare, neither side can basically do what they want, and that's called a frozen suit, where neither side can profitably attack it at this point.
And frozen suits are just so tricky. In the end, it looks like because Kaplan just has so many trump, he's going to be the one who has to play it in the end.
Yeah, so let's see. So they do have to help him here, kind of, and play a card that lets him rough again, which the defense doesn't want to do. The defense would rather not help declare shorten their trumps or elope their trumps, but they have to.
I mean, but he also
Now,
just has so many trump.
yeah, he's getting closer to, like, he only has 5 left now, and the defense is 4. And
But
now when Brogan wins this trick, he's gonna have to. He's probably just gonna play a heart here.
Yeah.
But I think the defense is gonna come out sort of on top because, I mean, they're gonna get a lot of points no matter what. But like, Brogan plays a heart here and Kaplan roughs. Now Kaplan is forced to play a spade or a diamond. So if, let's say, for instance, he plays a spade, then the defense can cash 2 more spades and only then exit something, and Kaplan will get to rough it, but then he'll have to lose the last trick to South.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the defense really is entitled to 2 more spade tricks and a diamond trick. So yeah, he should be down 4 on best defense here.
Wow. Brutal.
I think equally, actually, Brooklyn can play a trump now, and it comes to the same thing,
Heart.
but a heart is more natural.
And if you just exit a low heart instead.
Yeah, that's what he did. It comes
I
that
mean, I
that's
mean, I meant a low diamond. If Kaplan plays a low
yeah. If you
diamond.
exit a low diamond, then Brolin will just he would have to be careful to make sure to not play queen of spades in a spade, because then he would trump coup himself.
Yeah.
But he would just immediately return a diamond to West and wait for the two spade tricks.
Right.
So
I see.
that's like, yeah. So Calvin played a spade, and now he gets two out of the last three tricks. But he wanted, I mean, the defense did well here to collect their full penalty, which could matter if they're in the same contract, but they're not, so it didn't. Because yeah, they opened one diamond at the other table, as I kind of predicted. So it turned out this maybe just this small systemic difference of what minor you open led to this swing.
Sticks and wheels for Kaplan and Kolesnik.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna go for sticks and wheels, BAM is the good time to do it.
Yeah. Not imps. Definitely not imps.
But that'll be two boards to Europe there. So what I mean, board two, they actually did have they had a good result at the other table for sure to make 5 and 4 spades. Probably actually sort of normal because the hearts are very friendly. So if Finn had like managed to rough his club in hand, he might have also gotten a heart trick later because they're so friendly. Anyway, okay, so here we got a normal auction to 3-no. And Kaplan will lead clubs.
And not be able to set them up in time.
Declare will work on diamonds, and yeah, it'll be important for Kaplan to cash out his partner's ace of spades, I think. Because Declare, what I'm seeing, has 3 diamond tricks once they set them up, 3 club tricks, and 5 heart tricks. In other words, all 3 of South's spades can be thrown on 3 of Dummy's heart winners.
Yeah.
So it'll be really important, not right away, but once Kaplan wins the second diamond, to cash out the spade.
He has to know that Finn has it first.
Yeah, it may not be obvious, but I think it might well be findable. For one thing, he'll know that setting up his clubs is kind of useless because he'll be out of entries at that point.
Yeah.
He'll also know that if Declare has the king of hearts, the hearts are running because he has jack third.
Right.
With Dummy's ace, queen, 10, fourth. So I do expect Kaplan to get this right when he wins the second diamond, or maybe honestly, even when he wins the first diamond, he might just shift to a spade. Because already once Declare's queen of clubs won this trick, he knows the clubs are kind of hopeless, probably.
Yeah, and maybe the goal is now going to be setting up partner spade suit. But
Yeah, like
probably
he
also
might reason that way. He might also be afraid though that Declare has 4 spades and not want to help out Declare in the spades.
right.
Yeah, so I mean, double dummy, by the way, but it's not going to happen in practice. But if Kaplan ducks the second diamond, like he plays a club and Declare plays a diamond to the 10, double dummy Declare could then change courses and like set up spades, like with including finessing the jack of spades, and then they could actually just avoid losing to the ace of diamonds.
Hmm.
But that requires knowing the spade finesse is on side and knowing the hearts are good too much. So Declare would definitely just set up their spades. I mean, one thing is that even if Kaplan, no, okay, yeah. I mean, if Kaplan doesn't, so yeah, Kaplan has shifted to the spade right away, which I think makes a decent amount of sense for the reasons we talked about.
Yep. Finn has to reason to take the ace, or I mean, he can still duck at this point, and it's still okay.
Not really. But if he ducks this and Kaplan ducks the ace of diamonds, now Broglen might realize what's going on and switch back to spades. So it might, if Finn, okay, Finn's made, now all Kaplan has to do is not duck this ace of diamonds. Because now Brolin's gonna lead a low diamond, I think. And if Kaplan ducks it, there's some risk here.
Kaplan. 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 There it is.
Okay. The defense took their aces, which is very important on a hand like this.
And the Queen of Diamonds. Let's go.
So that looks like a potential pickup, I would say, or like it's a good result
If
because they have to defend well.
yeah, the other defense in order to hold it to just
Depends on how things go in the other room.
Yeah. All right, we're down 2 points, but we have hope. And Bork also pointed out that Finn already gave suit preference with the 9 of diamonds when he was following the diamond suit.
Yes, this is like I'm a Smith Echo player and count player more myself. But yes, this is one of the advantages of the suit preference is that he was able to just ask for spades pretty quickly there. Finn was hoping his partner could lead the 10 of spades or something, but or even the king of spades.
Right. Like, just give me a spade honor partner. That'd be great.
Okay, so here Bake's open a no trump, and the
transferring to clubs.
Yeah, East-West have the majority of the points, but are not going to find their way into the auction, and that's probably a good thing for them on this hand, since the spades break pretty poorly.
Yep. No thoughts.
Now, I think Kolesnik has to lead a diamond to, or like not a heart or a spade to beat this contract. And a heart might be a tempting lead for him to lead more aggressively when dummy's shown a long suit.
Yeah, but I hate leading away from queens.
It's not a great holding to lead from queen third, but he might. Oh wait, Kaplan's not on lead though, or Kolesnik's not on lead, so that's good for that.
That's good for that purpose.
But Kaplan did lead from queen third, by the way.
Oh no, it was the other queen third, but the non-dangerous queen third.
Probably fine for the defense. Yeah, I was just pointing out that he led from a queen third.
What are these people doing leading from queen third?
He'd rather make a more aggressive lead when declare especially has a weak hand with a long suit, because it might be more to cash tricks quickly, and when you want to cash tricks quickly, you want to lead from honors more.
Well, also an idea might be like running the south hand out of trump and then being able to cash your tricks later.
Finn was not in on the joke here.
Oh no!
But Finn was hoping the 2 of spades was a singleton.
Yeah.
Kind of a guess at trick 1.
So the aggression did not work here. And now they don't have their heart winner anymore.
I'm not sure I like this play by Finn though on that kind. I mean, okay, it's hard to judge. I was thinking that like even if you got to go ace of spades and give a spade rough, it's not clear that will be good for like gain a trick, because you still do establish a second like that king of spades in the dummy for declare. So if it ends up being a useful pitch, you might not have gained a trick.
Mm-hmm.
He does have this queen of hearts over dummy's ace king jack, so he's not really afraid of other suits particularly. But okay, I mean, very, very difficult play for Finn. Very hard to judge such a play.
I probably would have made the exact same play. I'm like, that's a singleton right there. Thanks, partner. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he probably also just thought like, oh, my partner would always lead a singleton spade.
Right, and partner's not leading from queen third.
Might not lead from queen third. Yeah. It's one of these difficult partnership things where you might have discussed lead tendencies with your partners in lots of auctions, and is this disclosable to declare? Like, let's say I've told you I'm going to lead from queen. Like, if I have the West hand, I'll tell you my style is to lead a spade on this auction.
Yeah.
How does declare should probably be entitled to that information if you've discussed it, especially because it helps you on defense.
Yep.
Or even if you haven't discussed it, but you've just observed it over time.
Right.
That, oh, from this hand, they lead this.
Right.
From this type of hand, they lead this. But is declare like these questions? If you just ask for people leads in carding, there's not a person on the planet that will tell you stuff like that.
It's like we
So,
frequently lead from queen third.
or yeah, and so and I've never really heard a declare say like, what would your partner lead from this hand, or in your
Right, like with this auction, what do you think your partner would lead? Well, I think he would lead more aggressively, but I can't tell you exactly what they have in their hand because I don't know. Leads in carding, standard. It's a really great way to uh, frustrate Aussies or foreigners from the United States because it's not standard there. And also, the term is there's a different term for it.
All right. Anyway, so that was a misclick by the view graph operator. He played the king of spades, pitching his heart. I don't know why. Yeah, but anyway, so he was making three. So just in case, we didn't say it explicitly, but once the king of spades was set up, that provided a discard for declares heart. Yeah.
Yep. They wanted to play the 6 on the 6, I think is simply what the view graph operator decided in their brain.
So board 4, declare was not able to steal any tricks in the other room either. Let's see how it went. So their declare did have the chance. The defense was not perfect. They did actually find the same spade shift as Kaplan, but East did insert the jack. So, and then when declare let a second diamond, West ducked it. So their declare could have reverted to spades to make 5. But they didn't. They just continued diamonds, which was difficult. It was difficult for them to revert to spades because they didn't know the hearts were coming in.
Right. You'd have to guess that the hearts were coming in order to punish the defense for this, and that's just such a scary guess to make.
Yeah, it was not an easy play. Okay. This room, 1-no, pass, double.
Probably something to do with the majors.
Yeah, I do not think Finn bid 2 clubs. I'm pretty sure Broglen bid 2 clubs.
That would make more sense.
Or North bid 2 clubs instead of double, but no, okay.
I mean, 2 clubs is awfully close to the double button, so.
Yeah, okay, so South bid 2. So they do play maybe some kind of mech wellers. Double includes majors as one of the hand types. So now, at this point, I think North has shown majors. East doesn't have both minors, so they're going to let it go. But West has a normal takeout double with 7 points and 4-4 in the minors.
And Finn's going to bid 3 diamonds because that's their better minor.
Yep, and Broglen has a really nice hand. I mean, he does have some defense in the minors, which he doesn't like for competing. But he still has Queen 10, 9, 8 of hearts and King Jack of spades.
Yeah. How can you deny having lots of honors in the suits that your partner have shown?
I mean, even if they balance aggressively, it's hard to not compete. That being said, competing probably ended up being the losing decision on this hand. Looks like this hand is a law of total tricks violation because of that Queen of Diamonds. That both contracts will go down 1. Like 3 diamonds looks like it was going to go down 1, and same for 3 hearts.
Chad is asking what Kevin's preferred methods of interfering over 1-no is.
At BAM scoring, I don't play penalty doubles in direct or balancing seat. At imps, I like to play penalty doubles in direct seat, but not in balancing seat. I think it's really important to balance aggressively over a no trim. What I play with my regular partner is 2 clubs for the majors, 2 diamonds for diamonds in a major, and 2 majors just natural. But when double is not penalty, it pretty much covers almost all the other hand types. So that's clubs in a major, or single suited diamonds, or a good hand with a single suited major.
Okay. So double kind of is the catch-all of everything else that you can't show.
Yeah, the only thing I can't show is single suited clubs, really.
Who cares about clubs? 3 clubs.
Yeah, you have to go to the 3 level, or you could maybe double and then hope your partner bids 2 clubs and pass. But
that's that would be a good action. If it works. So ace king of diamonds and the club have been
They
cashed so
cash, yeah,
far.
this is a pretty simple hand for the defense.
All they have to do is cash things out, and even if they don't cash things out, the ace of spades is always going to be coming to them anyway.
Well, they did need to cash their. They couldn't let a club get pitched on the queen of diamonds.
True.
Was the only. Yeah. Okay, so that I mean is a reasonable result for the U.S. in that they did force a little over competition. In the other in the other room, I mean, three clubs is going to go down almost for sure. They did start with a heart lead, which eliminated this problem. So that'll be a nice run of boards for Europe. So that's 4 boards to 1. Board 6 could be good for the US, but unclear.
This is a distributional hand if I've ever seen one. Wow.
Yeah. So North doesn't. I mean, I guess playing my system, I might bid 3 diamonds with the North hand because I don't play it as forcing, although it's still maybe supposed to be a little more constructive than this. Anyway, so 2 hearts pass. East bids 2 no, looks normal. They're on the upper end of their point count. And West will just Texas, just 4 spades.
I would have overcalled 2 spades with the West hand, but
No, I don't think it's right. I think if you're gonna come in light, you really would like normally overcalling over a preempt shows an opening hand. I think if you're gonna, you can do it with a long suit. If you have maybe a better hand, like a shortness in the opponent's suit, this hand is just a bad hand. Like it's not worth coming in over the preempt. You might bid later, depending on the auction.
well,
Obviously, when your bids 2 no trump, that's one of the times.
you certainly didn't regret it this time. So good stuff here on passing there.
Yeah, it was good to pass, right? Because
Yeah.
now he got the strong hand to declare, which is really, well, which is kind of paying dividends. I was going to say it prevents the heart lead from North. Funnily
Yes.
enough, actually, though, I think that would have been better for declare.
The heart lead.
Yeah, because on the heart lead, you would win the ace and you can knock out the ace of clubs to set up the pitch, and they can't get to the south hand to cash them.
Oh.
On this diamond lead, it's actually worse for declare. While a diamond rough is coming when North and South gets him with the king of spades, goes over to their partner's ace of clubs and receives a diamond rough. So, funnily enough, actually, I think this hand makes one more trick by West. So Kai would have won this board.
Kai would have won this board as long as you get to 4 spades.
Yeah, sure. If you bid 2 spades, East might get a little overboard.
Yeah.
That's a very good hand and might bid above 4 spades. Although it turns out you can make 5 spades from the West.
And you're not.
Okay,
You're
here,
missing 2 key cards. Yeah.
he's definitely going to give the rough. I think he's just trying to convey the right message to his partner when he receives the rough of like, he wants his partner to play ace of hearts and a heart, basically.
Yeah.
If his partner has the ace of hearts.
Wouldn't they have wanted to do the 10 of diamonds then?
Well, I think some people have an idea that when you play a really high card in suit preference, you're implying an honor there. But I think, yeah, I think asking for the strongest heart signal, if his partner had the ace, would be fine because he'd have no reason not to just play ace of hearts and a heart. Like he wouldn't care whether his partner had king doubleton or something. But I guess he didn't want his partner to lead away from the king of hearts, really. Maybe it was part of his thought.
Does Finn have reason to fear that South has 6 hearts and 4 clubs and North is going to be roughing this last one? Oh, no. That still wouldn't even be a thing. It would be 6 hearts and 5 clubs. No, there's no
If
reason.
Finn wants to take the spade finesse now, he could just rough a diamond to dummy and take it. He decided not to take the spade finesse.
Oh, yeah, he can draw trump. He's fine. The ace of hearts has not yet been knocked out.
Oh, yeah, he's going to make it. I mean, he was going to make it whatever he did, I guess. Yeah.
But there was another question from Bork about your defense to your 1-no trump, which was, does diamonds plus major mean that it could be 5 diamonds and 4 card major or 5 major, 4 diamonds?
Usually it shows at least 5 diamonds. In balancing seat, I might bid it with a weak 5 card major and 4 good diamonds.
Okay. But the diamond bit of it is like very important for it to be a lead direct because you can just bid the two major to show your 5 card.
No, it's not a lead direct. It's more just about when you're deciding what suit to make trump. If I have a good 5 card major, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll just bid 2 major natural. I'm not gonna bid 2 diamonds with just because I have 4 diamonds, especially because my partner, like if they have equal length, they're gonna assume I have longer diamonds and play in diamonds.
Yeah.
Like if my partner's dealt, even 4 3 3, they're probably gonna pass 2 diamonds. Even with one 4 card major, they might, because they don't want to play in a 4 3 major fit when we have a 5 3 diamond fit.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Now we've got another wacky hand here where North South have a legendary double fit in hearts and spades. Everybody wants to see with their bridge hands.
Yep, it looks like they just have 2 aces to lose.
Not enough for slam, unfortunately.
But I mean, there was a lot more danger for the defense if they'd ended up in hearts, I think, because in a heart contract, the king and the spades could be used to discard the king and jack of clubs, and you would need to immediately cash your 2 aces, which Finn has led anyway, or at least one of them. Yeah, actually, this is very dangerous right here, hold, because he has to cash the ace of diamonds.
Diamonds now.
So Kaplan's card is suit preference. Kaplan has nothing in diamonds and will quite possibly not like play a high club to say don't play diamonds. Yeah, so that's what he's done. Finn has to realize to ignore that and play diamonds despite that. But it was pretty tricky, right? And he didn't figure it out because to
Right.
visualize declare with this many like it was really
Hearts.
only necessary for Finn to cash a diamond if declare had 2 singletons.
Yeah.
And declare never even showed their second
In
suit.
suit. Like, there's no way you can find that play.
Yeah, it was pretty impossible.
But you still had hope.
I was thinking maybe is there any way Kaplan could actually figure out to lie on the signal? Would be the only way. Like, because Kaplan could kind of maybe realize that Declare had a stiff club because Finn freely raised to 3 clubs in an auction where you don't usually raise. So I think
Yeah.
Kaplan could realize Declare had a stiff club. So if Kaplan realized that Finn had at least 3 diamonds and 5 clubs, maybe he could realize that Declare, even if they have 2 diamonds, one of them's going away on the clubs. So maybe he could at least not scream for not a diamond play because he can kind of. But okay, it was very hard for Kaplan to even visualize that Declare 6-5 though. So
Yeah.
this was, yeah, just a very hard hand to get right because of a classic principle that, right, North South really concealed a lot of information in the bidding.
Yeah. Who cares about hearts? You've already found your spade fit.
I mean, I think a lot of Norths would have bid over 2 clubs, and maybe the reason he passed actually was because they play a direct 2 heart bid implies a weaker hand. But certainly, I do not think North was intending to defend 2 clubs doubled if his partner doubled.
Yeah, no, for sure not.
Okay, board 6 was a push. Pretty much, was it the same stuff? No, different auction in the other room, but still 3 hearts down 1.
And board 7 is also very likely just going to be a push.
Well, not necessarily, right? Because
You
especially we established that you would make 5 if you declare from the west.
True, 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 true.
But I think their auction was pretty normal. The only thing is that like North South might bid differently. They might not preempt, or North might have bid it. Okay. Um, so we're in 4 spades here. And yeah, I mean, Bakke could he has a very hard lead. He might just lead the queen of clubs. if he thinks that West just showed 18 to 19 balance. The one club is just 2+.
Yeah.
He might lead, like Singleton Trump is not a very attractive lead, and leading from a king is not an attractive lead into a strong hand. So
And
yeah, he
there's
has
Queen of Clubs.
clubs, which Declare will be happy to see. It might, I mean, Trumps are 4-1, so Declare did have a lot of work to do on this hand, and that will definitely help them. But it's still a tricky hand. Like, it doesn't look like you really want to take roughs in the West hand that much. Like, you kind of want to take roughs in the East hand and use West Trump to draw Trump. But if you take roughs in the East hand, like let's say you duck a heart and the defense continues a second club, kind of severing the clubs.
Mm. Now
Now,
you're.
yeah, now you can't really rough multiple hearts in the East hand and cash the King of Clubs in any line.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't draw South Trump and then get back to the King of Clubs. And Declare really wants to. I mean, Declare doesn't know that the King of Diamonds is on side either. They don't know clubs are 5-2, so there's a lot they don't know. They don't know Trumps are 4-1. They don't,
They're gonna find out soon, though.
but they probably want to try to rough hearts in the East hand.
Right.
Like I would think you don't know about the club break. I would just think you duck. Your plan is to pitch a diamond on the King of Clubs, kind of, and try to rough 2 hearts in the East hand. I think he's going to duck a heart for sure here.
There it is.
Yeah.
Called it. Yeah, you don't want to draw him.
Bake's trying to win this trick. He's hoping his partner's void in clubs now, I think. Or at least, yeah, I think once his partner left him on lead too, he was encouraged to play a club because he
Right.
thought maybe my partner could overtake with some heart holdings, like the 10, if he didn't want me to play a club. So they've played this club, which has done what I said, severed the clubs. Now, yeah, he still wants to rough 2 hearts. I wouldn't be surprised if he just tried the King of Clubs immediately, but he might foresee that they don't break well at this point from North's like play of a club.
Right. And on this hand, the King of Clubs doesn't get the diamond pitch, but also it doesn't necessarily hurt because you're surrogate trumping the South's long trump suit,
Yeah, I
as it
think
turns out.
I mean, once the King of Clubs gets roughed, he's gonna have to lead up to the Queen of Diamonds, is how I anticipate the hand kind of going.
Right.
But there is some potential for the defense to do some clever things here. For example, if the King of Clubs goes rough over rough, but no, so he's taking the heart rough first. I was worried that South might actually get to pitch
A heart.
one of their hearts on, like, if they declare ever roughs a small club to hand. So they've done well here to rough the heart first. Now I would think King of Clubs. Because if you're gonna rough the other heart anyway, you have to try the King of Clubs at some point, I would have thought. Unless you're doing some kind of end play. I think King of Clubs makes sense here. I think if it goes King of Clubs rough over rough and then he plays a low diamond, he will still make 5. I don't think the defense can counter that. So yeah, because I'm just thinking like if you don't play the King of Clubs, what do? You go like spade to the king and you try to rough another heart, but then after that you're gonna play the King of Clubs anyway. So you might as well see if it's getting roughed first, I think. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So he comes to that conclusion, ruffed with the 8 over ruffed the jack. Kind of a good ruff by Broglie because now he's really creating issues for declaring the trump suit. But he didn't play a low diamond. I think he should have played a low diamond first. I don't. I mean, I think he's gonna have to guess.
Diamonds now.
Oh yeah, he should have played a low diamond
And
first.
first.
Yeah, I don't even know if he can do it anymore because now South is gonna get to pitch another diamond on the jack. Like Declare's just kind of tapped out when North wins the lead at this point. Whenever North wins that king of diamonds, they're gonna play the jack of clubs, and that'll establish a trump trick for South.
Yeah.
The difference would have been if he'd played a diamond right away and North hopped king and played the jack of clubs. Then Declare could kind of just treat dummy as the master hand at that point.
Right.
They could just rough it, cash the king, queen of spades, go over to the queen of diamonds, and draw the last trump with the ace of spades. There's nothing he can do now. He's only going to make 4. Even if there was nothing. There was no winning plan at that point.
I mean,
So
this is still so difficult because Declare still has no clue that the spade split 4-1.
Oh yeah, he's might be more concerned with actually just making 4 now.
Yeah.
Maybe he actually should have just bailed out and roughed the club.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
at this point he can't go down.
No, he's just gonna make 4.
Yep. He has one more spade to lose, and that's all he's got.
So we got some more pushes in the other room. Yes, so 4 spades also played from the east in the other room. On board 7, singleton diamond lead. Pretty much the exact same play. Yep, so that was a push. Board 8, probably a good result for Europe. Board 9, also probably a good result for Europe. Yeah. Or like these are like, average, at least average plus results
for them. Yeah.
I'd say board 8, stealing that trick is probably very good because they happen to have an auction that made it very hard. And some other auctions might not make it so hard.
Yeah. North had methods to be more scientific about the suit, and they deliberately decided to not.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was like they were gonna show hearts, but then because of their system, they thought they had to pass, I think. And then when their partner showed, like they showed it's not a game forcing hand with spade support. At that point, there was no point mentioning hearts. They thought because they didn't have slam interest once their partner only had an 11 count. Okay, so we got to 3-0 here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Declare's 9 tricks with the diamonds breaking, and they're gonna want to use clubs, clubs or hearts as a source of more tricks.
But neither of them. Well, clubs can reap one more trick.
Great. Clubs work great. So this is actually on the ace of clubs. It's gonna go low, low 10. And now Declare can pick up 3 club tricks if they play a low club to the 7. If they treat the 10 as kind of a true card. If the 10 is North's lowest card, then they're either going to have stiff 10, king 10 doubleton, or jack 10 doubleton. But because they might choose the 10 or jack from jack 10 doubleton, it's actually twice as likely that it's from king 10 doubleton as jack 10 doubleton.
Restricted choice.
Yeah, and if you add in singleton 10, it's even more likely. So he's almost definitely going to play low to the 7. It is worth... Oh, he played low to the queen. Wow.
And the 7 and the 9 were the same there, so it could have been...
I mean, I was going to... The only thing worth mentioning is that North... Oh, yeah, because it's more holdings than I thought, maybe. North could play the 10 from jack 10 third.
Yep.
as a nice false card. Because if you think about it, if it went ace of clubs, low, 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 declares normal playing the suit would be to play loaded the queen. So North can play the 10 or Jack as a false card from Jack 10 third to try to trick declare into taking a deeper finesse. And I guess Jack 10 third is like 3 holdings. So that probably does sway the odds, yeah. Because, yeah, I think that does sway the odds to play low to the queen. And I'm sure, yeah, Finn knows his opponents are capable of finding this false card. So,
Right, isn't this one of these things that you call a mandatory false card?
yeah, that would be a mandatory false card. That's right. So, yeah, I think his play looks right to me.
Hopefully it happens at the other table too. Probably.
This is where being a good player gains you points.
Knowing
For Bake's, no, because like if Finn was playing that hand against, in a club game, he would have got it right probably.
Yeah.
Because then he wouldn't expect his opponent to find that false card. So being a good player, even though Baki didn't even have to make the false card, but just being a good player,
right.
Yeah, gained him the points.
If Finn were playing against Kai, he'd play Kai for a fish.
Well, then you got to make the false card and beat him.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to make this false card.
Okay, so board, next one. North has a very good hand. South has a pretty good fitting hand, and combined they make maybe Grand Slam.
Bork. Bork was saying that he made that false card versus Bruce some time ago, and he thought and played the queen. And Bork, you should take that as a compliment.
Yes, it is.
We're just explaining to you why this is a compliment. Okay, sure, you didn't get the board, but
Bruce thinks you're better than Christian Bakke. No. Well, no.
At the same level as Finn.
Yeah, that means Bruce thinks you're as good as Christian Bakke.
Bakke.
That's clearly what it means. Okay. So North is declaring spades. I was thinking that, yeah, you cannot make 7 spades. You don't have the entries to rough 2. Like you can draw 3 rounds of trump and then cross rough 2 spade tricks. So you have 5 spade tricks, 6 heart tricks, and 1 diamond trick. But I think you come up 1 short in 7 spades. You would need a diamond finesse or something. This is an interesting auction that Bakke has bid 5 clubs. I think the reason is he didn't want to have a so 4 diamonds probably showed a good raise of spades. What a lot of pairs would do on this auction is use something called flag bids. North has basically shown usually 6 hearts and 4 spades. So South you could have a fit in spades, like a 4-4 fit, or they could have a fit in hearts, like a 6-2 fit. And South needs a way to show a good hand with a fit in either suit. And the way they do that is with flag bids. 4 clubs would show a good hand with a heart fit, and 4 diamonds would show a good hand with a spade fit.
Right.
And if they had a bad hand with a heart or spade fit, they just bid 4 hearts or 4 spades.
I just equate it to my unusual versus unusual practice. That's how I think it out in my mind.
Yeah. So the reason now North has a slam forcing hand opposite the 4 diamond bid pretty much, or I think just actually, but they didn't bid key card because they had a void, so they wouldn't know if their partner showed 1 key card which one it was. So they instead took a Q bidding approach.
And Bork had a question: why can't North be 4-5-3-1 or 4-5-4-0? Did 3 spades really promise 6 hearts?
Yeah, probably not. It probably didn't promise 6 hearts. That sounds true. Okay. I mean, a lot of people play cokish, so they would show the hand by 2 hearts forcing 2 spades, and then they'd bid 3 spades, and that bid doesn't show 6 hearts, so I don't see why this one would either.
Yeah, and they don't play Kokish here, which was another question that Bork had, but
Yeah, it seems like it wasn't Kokish because South did tuna.
mhm.
Anyway, so they got to 6 spades, and on that lead, they'll be wishing they got to 7. But they still a good result for Europe, I think, because they do get the friendly lead to make the over trick that I don't think they could make on any other lead. Very, like, I would lead the same thing with Finn's hand, I think. When they've shown this second suit of hearts, you tend to want to lead aggressive.
So that you cash your tricks before your diamond tricks go away.
Try to set it, like, especially if you're trying to beat 6 spades, you want to try to set up a diamond trick
Yeah.
and hope your partner can get the lead and then cash it. Like, you want your partner to have the queen of diamonds and an entry somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Board
on this hand, yeah, go on.
board 8 was a push, seeing that they did not find the cash of both aces, just like we did, which we found to be impossible. But
Board 8, yeah, again, sort of similar auction in the other room where North got to suppress their hand. Ace of clubs lead. According to the view graph, Southwest, like, they played a much lower club than Kaplan played, but East still was not able to find the diamond, the club play. I mean, the diamond play. It's very hard to visualize declare with 6-5 when they didn't show their second suit.
the auction at the other table's in the bottom right if you want to see.
But I would have thought that given how low a club West played, East might visualize their partner with the king of diamonds, which would induce them to maybe shift to diamonds. Because they could think declare had, 5-4, 3-1, and their partner has king of 1 diamond. Actually, if they think their partner has the king of diamonds, they might try to make things easier by playing a low diamond, which could also work badly. Well, would also work badly. Anyway, last hand at this table, but we'll probably be able to go over to the other table for conclusion there.
1 diamond, 2 clubs, 2 hearts. Everybody's showing their suits. We got a very natural auction going on here.
Yep, and that will end it. I think. I don't think South's betting
Nobody
again.
dare try to fight over 3 diamonds.
I mean, South might want to make like a penalty double of, not really. They're probably not convinced 3 diamonds is making, but double wouldn't be penalty, and they're just happy defending 3 diamonds. And yeah, the defense. So this is a tricky hand, kind of, because the defense wants to get a diamond ruff, a heart ruff, I mean, with the 2 of diamonds. And I believe on this lead, Declare can stop that if they duck the King of Hearts return, because South has no entry to give the ruff.
Right.
I mean, South certainly suspects their partner doesn't have heart support because they didn't raise their hearts. And even Declare, yeah, so I think he'll probably play the King of Hearts, hoping for something like this. Also, I mean, he could play a trump. Doesn't seem.
Yeah. But normally.
He'll King of Hearts.
Yeah.
And I think Kaplan will almost certainly work out to duck this. I mean, for one thing, for all Kaplan knows, South has King, Queen, 10 of hearts. That looks much more likely anyway. And he doesn't want to lose 2 heart tricks. He can probably place the Ace of Diamonds with North for their overcall once South has shown up with the King, Queen of Hearts and the Ace of Clubs. He can pretty much place the hand, and he can also, figure out that it's more likely hearts are 5-2 than 6-1 when North didn't lead 1. So he will definitely duck the King of Hearts, I would think. And then it looks like it actually does make 3, right? You just lose 2 diamond tricks after that as declare?
Yeah. 2 diamonds, a heart, and a club.
That looks like making 3.
Love a good making 3. You can either pitch a heart on a spade or just set up a heart. take your pick.
Yeah, you can even run the Jack of Hearts pinning the 10, but
That would just
yeah,
be
I'd imagine
super fancy.
the spade pitch will probably happen first. No, so he actually played a diamond. I guess he knew Declare could duck the King of Hearts anyway, so it couldn't really achieve anything.
I mean, isn't there also this idea of them tapping out Declare, but it's not gonna happen here just
Yeah,
because of East ten of clubs.
yeah, they got one tap, but Declare's already in a position. Declare already can draw all the trump but one. I mean, they're not close to tapping them out. Also, they can't ever tap them again.
Yeah, it's just too risky. East has a stopper in clubs and
But here, I
entry.
wonder if Declare like perfectly read this hand. I think he actually could have made an over trick, believe it or not, if he'd like perfectly read it at that point. I guess we can talk about that on analysis board if people are interested
Yeah, we can look
after.
at it after. Yeah.
But yeah, I believe if he'd read everything, what he could have done was after the King of Diamonds, he could immediately play 4 rounds of spades. King, Queen of Spades, spade to the ace, and a spade. So if South roughs that, they sacrifice their trump trick, which on the surface is fine because then you're like, oh, they get 2 heart tricks instead. But if in that case, the Declare over roughs, draws their last trump, and now makes a heart to the 9 play,
Oh.
which will end play South.
Oh.
And if instead South doesn't rough the 4th spade because they're like, well, then I'm not going to rough it, then Declare can rough a club back to their hand, pitch a heart on the spade, rough a club back to their hand, which shortens their trump to the same level as South. Because remember, you already made them rough 1 club.
Yeah.
And then they'll exit ace of hearts and a heart, and then they'll wait for the South will be
for the
end played.
diamond. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I believe if we hit double dummy at that one point, he actually could have made 4 if he'd read the hand perfectly, but not really a human play. I mean, for that line to work, he really needs every card to be like it is.
Yeah.
Like including the 10 of hearts. Which maybe he could actually figure out, because I feel like Brolin would have played the King of Hearts if he'd had King, Queen, 10 of Hearts. So maybe he could at least figure out that Brooklyn doesn't have King, Queen, 10 of Hearts anyway. But maybe Bob could just have the Queen of Hearts or something. I don't know.
I think your question has been answered, Bork. Oh, also another push. They only made 4 as well at the other table on that hand we were scared about.
Yeah. So a lot of pushes. Still not a great scoreboard for the US because Europe had some wins in there and US has had none this match. So let's see. 4 spades. Diamond lead to the king happened. I mean, they were definitely cold for 5. They definitely could have made 5. But they also did not time it perfectly.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they even got the...
Yeah, they got... The first 2 tricks were very good for them, so they definitely could have made 5 after that.
But they decided to draw too many trump?
Yeah, they had to... I don't think they should have played a diamond to the queen. I think that was a big issue.
Well, they were...
Because the way they should have planned the play was to rough 1 heart, I think. Or one way they could have planned the play was to rough 1 heart and then pitch the other heart on the king of clubs later, but only after they drew trump. Like at the point where they led the 9 of diamonds. Oh, can you click? Are you?
Yeah,
no,
I can change. At the point where they played the 9 of diamonds.
Yeah, so I think if they just ducked a heart here. Now, whatever the defense plays, like let's say they played a diamond, or okay, I was gonna say let's say they played a diamond, because that's maybe the trickiest. I would make sure to win the ace because I'm saving the queen for later. Now I go ace of hearts and trump a heart. And then a club, or ace of spades, I mean, and then unblock the ace of spades. I'm just trying to draw the trump and save the queen of diamonds for later. Yeah.
Oh,
and
I
then club
see.
jack come in. Yeah.
You don't need to rough the second heart because
No, no, I don't. Yeah, I can pitch it on the king of clubs as long as I'm able to draw a trump,
right.
which I
So
am in this time.
so the
Yeah.
trump drawing doesn't actually do anything for the defense in the end, which is what I thought was the killer thing here, but it wasn't. You can just pitch it on the king of clubs.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we could show the line I was talking about in the other room. Maybe not worth it. We can go to the other room and they're still playing there, so maybe more interesting.
All right, they're in 3-0 here, which is the
Well, that
same.
was normal. Yeah. We'll get to see if Fiona Brown respects Mike Fasell.
So
Okay. We probably shouldn't phrase it like that. Especially because players might not even realize they're like making a comment on whether they respect the player sometimes, like based on their play.
right, right. They're just trying to play bridge man. They're not trying to make any comments on who they think is a good player versus who's not a good player.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're not even aware of the false card, which I'm guessing all these players are, but like if you're not aware of the false card, then you're definitely not making a comment on whether you respect the player or not.
Right,
Because
right.
oh yeah, but it was a diamond lead. I
That
just
makes
noticed
things a
that.
little bit easier, yeah?
Yeah, that is bad for the defense. And what was the auction where they sealed a diamond?
Uh, maybe they liked Bork's rule.
Three clubs. It looks like it was a puppet Stamen auction where East denied a major. I think it was just an pretty unusual lead not to lead your 5 card major here. I mean, yeah, like she might be thinking, oh, I have no entry anyway, so even if I set up the suit, I can't run it. That's like a common sort of thought, maybe.
That's my thought here. I'm like, I want to try to find my partner's 5 card suit, not my 5 card suit.
Well, if you're trying to find your partner's 5 card suit, you could lead a heart because that's guaranteed to be their five
Five
card
card
suit
suit,
almost.
true, but like 5 card suit
But
with entries. We're greedy.
yeah, I just prefer the spade. I lead I lead my long major.
Lo- long major, very good.
I lead my 5 card suit in general. Um, yeah, because now, like, even if she gets clubs wrong, like, even if okay, she didn't cash the ace, so she's definitely gonna play clubs to the queen, but she's still gonna because they didn't lead a spade. She's still just gonna make.
There's
I mean,
no threat. Yeah,
she has to win the queen here, which again she's gonna do to
yeah. She
save the
needs to
entry.
preserve the entry. Yeah,
Yeah, and then she's just gonna play like ace
ace
of
of
clubs and a
clubs
club.
and a club. Yeah,
She could even play like ace king of hearts and a heart instead, but when she cashes the ace king of hearts, she'll see South show out, and then she'll go back to ace of clubs and a club.
right. And
There's
everything
pretty
works because North has no entry.
Yeah, I mean, failing unless she doesn't play the queen of diamonds. The only reason not to play the queen of diamonds is if you're somehow afraid that North has all like 4 diamonds and
Right.
South let a singleton jack, which is not something I think you should worry about. Like it's pretty much 100% here that South led from Jack 10 third, I think, or Jack 10 doubleton is the second option.
Played too
Like,
much bot bridge. They like to play their singleton. They lead their
yeah, if you're
singletons against
playing
no
against
trap.
robots, maybe you're concerned, but against the human, they just don't lead singletons randomly. And I think North probably, I'm guessing they lead Rusno because the fact that North returned a diamond quickly probably means they thought their partner might have had the queen.
Yeah.
So they might play this Rusno from 4 or more convention. So she actually did test the hearts. Not sure it's pretty much similar percentage to the clubs maybe. But anyway, now that she saw that, now she'll be like, okay, back to the clubs, I guess.
Womp womp. Yeah. Um, Borktalk asked, so should he be leading singletons versus no trump to trick competent declarers?
I mean, I think the idea is that you can't know before the hand that it's going to be an effective lead to lead a singleton. And it might, equally be an ineffective lead to lead a singleton.
Bork, the simple answer is just be better. Bork's like, watch me.
So here, defense gets, so what is it? One more trick.
Yep. So one more for Europe.
Yep, that one. Well, yeah, mostly on the lead, I guess, there. The play was also interesting, like we talked about with that false card, and Finn could have, made two more tricks and magically won the board if he'd played not for the false card. But it does seem like it was the percentage play.
All right. Now we get to see if Molson and Pacell can find a better contract. Or can be in 7 and induce a diamond lead.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a very rosy perspective for you that they can find a better contract when
6
Europe was
spades.
probably in the best contract and got they
Best
did get a
lead.
favorable. Yeah.
Well, remember, you can always end up in 6 spades doubled.
Oh yeah, that is how the
Um,
US won a board against China last round. I don't really know. I guess West could just, West would be like, I have two tricks, double.
right, that's a very good, simple idea.
Well, West is actually going to be on lead. Ooh, even more chance of a double.
Oh,
The thing
yeah.
is, if West leads a club, I was hoping or was thinking that, maybe they could rough two clubs in the dummy. They did have no entries to do that though. So
And
it's
then
just
use all the
making
hearts to pitch away all the diamonds.
yeah, yeah. Well, it would kind of be your 13th trick if you could take six trump tricks instead of five. But
No, 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 Bork. We don't do exclusion because we want them to lead. We want them to think that they can double and set us by cashing the ace king of clubs.
I mean, yeah, there is reason not to bid exclusion with the north hand, but it is pretty normal, I think, when you have the like he opened a heart with a kind
Yeah.
of a hand a lot of people would open two clubs. But yeah, it does mean that West is probably going to lead a diamond on the opening lead,
And they're
which turns out
not
not to
gonna
matter on
double.
this because West knows declares North is void in clubs and diamonds is going to be the most effective line of attack. Well, he's going to try for grand here because he just needs the king of diamonds.
And
I mean,
he's
he might just bid grand because even if she has five spades, any hand with ace fifth of spades, well, the hearts don't need to all be good though. She might have a singleton heart,
there it is.
but he just punted it. Yeah, it's not going the U.S.'s way, but they were going to lose this board
Anyway,
regardless.
yeah, just
Yeah,
because
because
of
they
it
weren't going to
being
make.
wrong sided.
Well, yeah, and they might not have got the lead anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe on a Trump lead. Can you make on a trump lead? You can on a trump lead win the 10, rough a club with the king of spades,
Mm-hmm.
play a spade to the ace, and then rough another club with the queen of spades.
And
But
then
then you
drop the
still
jack
end
with
up
the ace
stuck.
of club, ace of spades.
No, you still end up stuck in the dummy. Yeah, you just can't. Dude, she did lead a trump and to jack at that. Very now declaring knows they can rough multiple clubs, but I'm pretty sure they still can't make it double dummy.
Just not enough entries to that self hand. Janice, one more entry, please. Jack of hearts, thank you.
Yeah, jack of hearts, and she'd be golden. She would even make it single dummy if she had the jack of hearts at this point. Because, yeah, she would want to make sure she doesn't go down when spades are 4-1,
Mm-hmm.
but she could time it correctly. But with this hand, she just needs the diamond finesse. I think it's as simple as that.
Grands on finesses.
I mean, this is much worse than a finesse, right? Because you pretty much would be, well, on this lead, you could handle 4-1 spades, but you couldn't handle 4-1 hearts.
True.
And on most leads, I don't think you could handle four or on like a heart lead or a diamond lead. I'm not sure you could handle 4-1 spades either. So she's gonna need to time this actually so that she takes the diamond finesse like early-ish. Like I think the simple play is to cash the ace of spades and then finesse the diamond right away. Because if she starts running her hearts, suddenly she'll realize, oh, I'm stuck in the dummy. And even after you run all the hearts, you won't have an entry to like take the diamond finesse.
Hmm.
So I think, yeah, just ace of spades and diamond finesse is the right technical play. It also means you don't go down two. Like, it's totally possible the other table's in the same contract.
Right. Just be
So
reasonable.
you want to make sure you don't go down two. So yeah, ace of spades, diamond finesse.
Finesse.
Mm-hmm. And now she just needs the hearts to break to claim her down one. Well, if the US needed to catch Europe, this was probably not the match for
Yeah. Not happening on this one, unfortunately.
Where's the I was looking for how the US is doing in their other match this round. I never even pulled it up. I could do it now. Let's see.
Is the question about whether or not
They
West would
are
overcall with
tied.
that?
They're tied 4.5 all right now with 3 comparisons to go.
Okay. Interesting.
And how's China doing versus Europe? But China, I'm very confused. I guess they've played less boards. We're still only 1 point down on China, but they have played 2 less boards against Europe than we have. So actually 3 less boards because we know that one of the boards we lost hasn't come in yet. The most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
This hand, I mean, pretty solid results and didn't make 3 diamonds, notwithstanding the double dummy line that at one point could have made 4. But
yeah. If you're a genius and a great guesser as to shape and position of honors.
yeah, I don't think it wasn't a human line really. Or I mean,
well, a human found it.
A human found it looking old. When I say it wasn't a human line, I mean a single dummy line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you always need the diamond finesse, is I think what we came down to, Bork.
Oh yeah, yeah. Unless we're missing something huge. There's no way you were making that without. I mean, you could play for king and 1 diamond offside or something, or on. I mean, you could pitch all your diamonds and just hope that roughs out when you play ace of diamonds and the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, ending up in the same spot unless Janice decides to do something, which no.
I mean, the only thing you could do is double, but I think double's like not penalty for me at least. It would just show a good hand. And I don't love doing that when, like, if I think my partner's going to bid, I'm not very happy doubling here. Like, she does have a pretty good hand. Like, her partner overcalled the 2-level red.
Yeah.
She has, like, a little bit of values undisclosed, maybe.
I just hate the idea of double in this case because she really doesn't need it in order to get a good score here, as it turns out. But she doesn't know that. Bork, that is a thing that I suggested at one point, and I was like, you're a director. People told me, you're a director, you can't do that. It's a bad suggestion. Make an insufficient bid and then double to bar partner from the auction. So bad. Actually, no, that doesn't work, Bork. Because you can't make an insufficient bid and then double. That is not a legal call to change to.
Wait, also, the score here says 8-3
Yeah.
because the score on the official website has the US having 3.5 points.
Yes, you are physically not allowed to double. You cannot make an insufficient bid and then replace. You can make
What
any
is the
legal call except for double or redouble when you make an insufficient bid.
Oh,
And the
okay.
opponents are like,
The BBO score is correct. So they need to fix this. On board 9 on the official website. Hopefully this gets fixed. I mean, it might not affect, but yeah. I mean, it's good for the US, but it should definitely get fixed. Because board 9 for the official website, somehow US got marked as winning this board uh, because at the other table, north south, like Pacell and Molson were credited with bidding and making 4 spades.
oh, uh-oh.
So they bid and made 4 spades at both tables.
Bork, here's how you solve bridge.
Okay, so Kazmucha, yeah, so if we click give now, I guess we can double check my analysis, right? Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah,
should
yeah.
say that she can make an over trick.
Yep, just as you
Yeah,
said. And Bork, the way you do it is well, maybe I shouldn't say it. You have to figure it out. There's a way that you can do it. You can solve bridge within the laws, but it's definitely an unethical, and if you frequently were doing it, uh, well, it's a loophole around one law, but there's another law that would be preventing you from doing it anyway.
yeah. I think the line would be a lot more findable if the heart position didn't need as specific a thing, kind of. Like if you didn't need specifically 10 and 1 in the north hand and king queen fifth,
Yeah.
it would be a lot more findable. Because like I feel like if you had to guess the shape as declare, this would be maybe your top guess. Like you already know you probably know the heart and club distribution. So it's probably something like this, or maybe South has 3 diamonds and 4 spades is the other option. Obviously, if South had 3 diamonds and 4 spades, you'd feel very silly, like playing spade, 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 and watching North rough it when diamonds were 3-3. So yeah. Okay, so this is a push.
Push.
So the actual score for this match seems like it's 8.5 to 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the score on the website might be wrong by half a board.
Because we can guarantee that they did not make the
Yeah,
USA team did
US
not make four
did
spades
not
with
win board 9 by betting and making 4 spades at both tables.
on a 4-1 fit. All right.
All
Well,
right, it's been fun.
it has been fun. That is going to conclude our coverage because if we were to continue the Buffett Cup coverage, we would be pulling an all-nighter. So we're not going to do that. But
But yeah.
um,
Well, some people might be able to watch the third match on the West Coast, especially. It only starts at 11:30. So if you're a late owl, you can at least watch the third match, but we will not be. You, Kai's not, yeah.
I would try to do it if I was not feeling as tired as I was.
Yeah, get some rest then.
Peak bridge hours, Mork. um, yeah, this is definitely when people play their best bridge is at this time. Yes, I will watch Chainsaw Man. Don't you worry. I have like 3 more episodes. It's fine. we're almost there. But
Uh,
yeah. All
I'm
right.
gonna go.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much for commentating, Kevin. It was wonderful having you on, all of your amazing insights and this an amazing line. So thank you so much.
no problem. Thanks. It's fun.
Bye. Okay. But yeah. Um, I can turn that off. Oh, I want this to be here. There we go. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll be doing some more coverage on the Buffett Cup. Maybe I might do some tomorrow. Might only be like the last segment because I have something else that I have to do. But um, hopefully Monday I'll be back and doing the finals for the individual there, and you will actually be able to see how the scores conclude. But beyond that, I hope everybody's been having a lot of fun with their bridge, and I will be seeing y'all whenever I see y'all next. All right, thanks everyone. Keep bridging, everybody. Bye.